My bad. Let me read you all that. I said hello. I was like, what's up, Squid? What's up, Mandor? I always forget to unmute myself. You missed yesterday, Mandor. We beat Fatal Frame. Okay. I finished Fatal Frame 1. Okay. So, Pidgey. You remember Pidgey, Mandor? Pidgey somehow convinced me to play this game. Right? I believe the Russians created this game. It is a visual novel. And actually, Mandor, I only ever Googled that one that you've seen me Google when we were trying to do that mask puzzle, but no, I didn't. Now, I won't lie, I had help. Astrid and Akash should definitely help me. Oh yeah, I remember you looking it up. Yeah, we're playing it. I looked it up, and it's only like 4 to 5 hours to beat. And, you know, I thought I'd just like... It's full screen, you gotta bear with me. Every single time I tab out and tab back in, it's gonna fuck the entire screen. But... since it's only 4 to like 6 hours, I figured I'd like slot it in between my next Fatal Frame game, right? Because I plan on beating the first 3 Fatal Frame games. So. Gotta BRB, you're good, Mandor. You are Gucci. Oh my god. This is gonna go. I can't even use my second monitor. Okay, what you been up to, Squid? You still playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Like always? I feel like we're gonna start this, right? Well, let me tab back in. Let me just fuck my entire screen again. We're gonna start this. I'm hoping the colors aren't off, because usually when I play in full screen, for some reason, my colors get mixed up. I don't know why. But it is a thing that happens. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, let's just start this bitch. Let's ask to see if my girlfriend can give me a pickle first. Pause, no diddy. Can you get me a pickle? A pickle sounds really good right now. Pickle, please, before you leave. And the water. Hopefully he actually sees that message. Arm. 1 second. Uno, me. I don't know how to say minute in Spanish. We're just gonna start the bitch. Let's get it. I'm pretty sure I have to read a lot. That's okay though. And it's a visual novel. The wind clawed on my window all night long. I'm already fucking it up. The first line of the game, I'm already fucking it up. Wait, I need to pull it up. I pull my camera up. Of course, I gotta tab out and it fucks my whole screen. I'm gonna go up here. I'll probably shrink myself a little bit. I think I'm a little too big. Pause, no diddy. Okay. How's that look? I gotta pull up my phone. Yeah, it looks good. I could probably even shrink myself a little bit more, but that's fine. The wind clawed my window. Oh. Let me just get this for... Okay. I gotta adjust my throat for this, okay? The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices, shrill, gently, sneery, twined in the air. They were shouting and laughing, and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. If this is like poem speech, your boy is in for a treat. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves. There was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swayed in the wind. Couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadows. Just a play. I knew it was just my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still. Wait, I see it's a little fox. Episode 1, the owl will arrive. Sound like kitchenware. Homeboy's probably doing dishes. That's the whole horror story. It's a child doing chores at his house.
Убери книгу немедленно.
It is actually natively Russian. Pidgey's gonna have a blast when he comes in. Hey, put away your book.
Сколько раз говорила, не читай за столом, вредно. Сидишь, сутулился весь.
It's kind of nutty. That's kind of nutty. So this is straight up a Russian game. Okay, how many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look at how slouched you are. Do I need to put on a girl voice? Wait, did I like press the wrong button? I already fucked up. Where's my? Oh, okay. So now it's like a point and click game. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian inside. I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Olya had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost broke. Wait, where the fuck? Okay. Sorry. I might as well be trying to like read a fucking 2nd grade book with dick in my mouth, okay? She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from commercials. Point and shit game. You're right.
Пока не съешь, из-за стола не встанешь.
You're not going anywhere until you finish all of it. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless nights, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. That's Danny's favorite snack right there. It looked like a jellyfish from a The Costalia Odyssey. I love that show. I don't know what the fuck that is. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is, or how cold the black forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes.
Что я говорила?
What did I say?
Я достану.
That's a girl. That sounds very masculine for a little girl. I'll get it. Wait, okay, that was the guy. Never mind. I'll get it. Her face changed, and I thought it was her talking. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around the spoon. For the spoon. What is this carved on the other side of the table? Karina. Ha, that's my mom's name. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remind her about it? Absolutely. Do I have a choice? No. She's been in a bit of a bad mood lately. I should add choice. Come on now. I imagine her being my age, sitting under the table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Were the sounds coming from the attic? Or the thick forest? The grandma's scary. That was a jump scare and a half. I imagine my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed where Olya sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her soft, smooth voice. Taiga is a special place, little girl. That's how grandma sounds. It's watching you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. And that would be it. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. There were the times without the maddening screams until late at night. Okay. Maybe my like kindergarten brain can't comprehend like sentences with more words than I think there's extra. It's like when you got to make an essay for school and you like have a minimum word count and you just throw in extra words for no reason. It just like I start tripping on my tongue. Without smashed dishes and mental mutual accusations. I need water. I'll be right back. I'll be yapping this much. I need to wet my whistle. Okay, and beer does not wet my whistle. That probably dehydrates me more. Okay. Our parents used to love each other back then. She breasted boobily down the damp hallway, her soft bangs breathing hastily through the wind. Is anybody fucking that up? I remember listening in on one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. I also think I tried reading too fast. She had already bought a casket, and she called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in the closet, patiently. It was black, upholstered with meat-colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. Meat-colored material? That is a disgusting way of describing a fucking red material. The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only all the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. I crawled out from under the table. Olio was done with her cookies and was looking at my share with a sly woodland critter. Like a sly woodland critter, holy shit. I turned my gaze toward the frosty window. It doesn't matter if I say frosty over frosted, right? Okay, I can interpret a little bit, okay? Yeah, I need some slack. This is my practice, okay? I might as well be in school and doing popcorn reading, okay? Just think of me as a fucking 7-year-old. I might as well be with my linguistics. It's just because I've never... Listen, the only time I started reading out loud, like genuinely reading out loud, is when I stream. Linguinis. It's when I stream. So I'm telling y'all, the last time I read anything out loud, like a book or anything like that, I was probably in school and not in high school. We didn't have no fucking popcorn reading in high school. This game is very fun and interesting, said no one. Hey, Pidgey said it's fun and interesting. Danny, you keep playing your little Final Fantasy 14, your little furry game. Okay, buddy? There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of the frost formed a picture on the glass. It's a wolf. It's a little fox. Yeah. Olio, look, it's a fox. Where? It looked almost like those optical illusion thingies they put on the back of students' notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit and look under a certain angle. Not outside, on the window. Look, here's the nose and here's... How was the mom sounding? Hey. No, that was grandma. Hey, eat up. Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. That's a perfect little girl voice. Pidgey said chill. Yeah, Pidgey, Danny's hating on this game already. Although I'm a terrible narrator, to be fair. I'll be honest, I have trouble speaking. I think me ain't having to do with anything with reading is a recipe for disaster. Thank you. I also got a pickle. I got a pickle. It sounded really good. Hurry up, there's not much left. But it still doesn't look like one. And I'm telling you it does. Oh wait, that's and I'm telling you it was. It does. Stop it. These kids, I swear. Now I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared. Went away. Only the frosty patterns, similar to stretched out nettle leaves, kept creeping up the glass. Basic novel start. I figured it starts slow. And like it's gotta introduce like foundation before it like changes stuff, right? Because if it off rip started like Because that's the entire appeal of Doki Doki Literature Club. Like, you're playing, you're trying to date some, like, chicks in some, like, poem fucking class, right? And then all of a sudden, they're, like, slicing their fucking wrist and, like, hanging themselves and, like, yeah. There's no appeal to Doki Doki. Dude, Danny, you might have, like, jaded glasses on right now, but dude, when Doki Doki came out, it was a big thing. It was. There was a lot of talk about Doki Doki. Because it was, like, one of the first of its types, really. That actually got mainstream appeal, I will say. Hater. Pidgey, dude, Danny is a D1 hater of everything, okay? A matter of fact, I don't know what game Danny wants me to play. I don't think I've ever seen once Danny be okay with the game I'm playing. Let me think. I think it was Dungeon Defenders, actually. I think it's his one and only true love, is Dungeon Defenders. My dad entered the kitchen with long, measured steps. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. He does kind of look attractive. I'd kiss him on his cheek. Mom would always ask, jokingly, "Come on, shave it off. It stings." That was the burp was included in that. This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Olia always covers her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point in all this?" through the wall. Okay, so this kid's got, like, abusive household. I wouldn't say abusive yet. Not a happy one. This kid's just depressed. "It's all for your sake," Dad would reply. "For the sake of our family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest words that started with a D. Divorce? Oh, D-I-V-O. I don't even want to finish it. Not abusive, just Russian. That's kind of funny. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken in two different families. This kid looks like a loser. What's my little girl verse? "Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window."
Опять ты со своей совой.
The dad's gotta be gay, chat. You and your owl talk again. You said you believed me just yesterday.
Никто ключи от
Has
машины не
anybody
видел.
seen my car keys?
Вроде
My
оставлял на
401k, my Ford F-150 parked out back. I remember leaving them on the windowsill.
Вроде.
I'm gonna give the woman a deep voice too, right?
Вроде
Because she's
оставлял,
Russian, right?
Вроде нет.
Russian women, they're not soft, from what I've heard. You need not Putin. You need nuclear it. I don't know what the fuck the rest of that means. Maybe you did, maybe not.
Вроде взрослый
You're a grown
мужчина,
man,
хотя
a father of
детей
two, and still.
вроде.
Перестань, пожалуйста.
Karina, please stop.
Дай мне спокойно.
Just let me
спать.
get ready in peace.
В корзине твои ключи. Возле
Your keys are in
телефона.
the basket near the phone.
Огромное тебе
Well, thank you
человеческое
very
спасибо.
much.
Антон, ешь быстрее. а то как
Anton,
мученик
stop
сидишь.
making a martyr out of yourself and finish eating already. What the hell?
Не было там
There
никакой
was
совы.
no owl.
Была!
But there was one.
Глазюки
It had a
огромные!
giant glowing eyes. Olga sprung up from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with fingers the size of apples each. Of an apple each. Please use that deep voice when I come over and suck you. Just like this, Danny. God, suck that head harder, boy. Suck that shit harder. You want it just like that?
В прошлом году Бабай в шкафу.
Last year you went
Сейчас сова.
bye-bye in your closet, and now this owl.
Но я же видела!
But I saw it! Olia shifted her gaze back and forth from dad to mom to me, but couldn't find any support. I will tell you right now, I'm not going to keep up voices. I'm just gonna literally just fucking flow with it. Great, now I put you
А
at.
ты не думала
Have you
подружиться
thought
с
about
моими
befriending it?
вымышленными
You know,
мышами
like feeding it with
покормить?
imaginary mice?
Не подначивай ребенка.
Don't bully our girl.
Просто мала еще.
She's just afraid to
Спать
sleep
одна
alone
боится.
because she's still little. Olia pouted her lip in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. That's the first time I've used those words in a sentence. Pouted her lip. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with the keys he just found. A minute had passed, and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad had already glued together once. It's so easy to fix objects, by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Mom moved to the living room, and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Olia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn, or curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the troubles we had with the move and our parents. And then Olia said she saw the giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of this ridiculous fear. Olia refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After last night, I was unsure what to make of my sister's words. What to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? That night, I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect from my new school. There were a couple days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways. Yeah, I read that right. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways that led to a class full of kids. But all the students behind their desks were simply dark figures, cut out from a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creature were looking at me from behind the flat, black silhouettes. Their cruel glares, filled with icy sneers, made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down, stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? The damn school can burn for all I care. I just wished for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. I didn't want to see people who just were itching to smack me on the head, trip me, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. I felt like the glasses Was that my mouth, or was that a squeak inside the game? I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider, or some sort of monster. My gaze slid across the drawings, hanging on the walls. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Olia begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. The small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time. I'm still hearing the squeaking. It could be my nose, it could be my sinuses. Sometimes I imagine Mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You got the wrong number," or "Anton is not around. Anton is not around." I imagine my future classmates lying in their beds, just like me, listening to the howls of the invisible werewolves outside their windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little. Now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from beyond the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Crying from a big... I don't know what the fuck I said. Our current house, though, I can't really call it new. It was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs, and under the stairs. But they all woke up during the night. I'm having a hard time already reading. Sometimes I should lock in. I can eat my... Hey, let me snack on my pickle a little bit. I gotta lock in. I gotta show I can actually read. By the way, I don't remember all. I figured, Pidgey. I don't even know when this game came out, like, at all. I didn't do much research, besides looking at a couple of the reviews. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family, with their ashen eyes, were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning. The attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. And then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with the sound of the wind, of the creaking old house, and my thoughts too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that the music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like someone is playing it there, amidst the cold, snowy night, right? Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out, with the dark forest as their backdrop. They jumped around, basked in moonlight, bumped into piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to my mind, but these were clearly not wolves. They stood upright at times, circled around, holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadows for a brief moment and then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly, the music had stopped. The dancing shadows froze in place, and I could swear, pierced me with their eyes. One of their silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch black shadows of my house, which became even darker and thicker. My heart was jumping around like a bird inside of a cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. They saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of the perfectly dark room and listened to the unwanted guest move and scrape around, looking for an entrance. The sound moved to my right, then circled around the house. Now my guest should be at my front door. I jumped into the bed and covered myself with the blankets as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remember the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed in her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. I imagined those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling up her eyelids with those tiny legs. Then her wrinkled eyeballs would once again move inside the sockets and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. The game is 7 hours, Pidgey? I seen yesterday, I looked it up a little bit. They said 4 to 5. I think the biggest thing that's going to take a lot of time is me reading it. I'm not a very fluent reader. If I really lock in, I think I can do alright. But we'll see. I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. And now, lying under the blanket and listening to the squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words.
На острове Буяне, в синем океане, стоит домовина, в ней сало и глина, волосы седые, чертям еда, раба Божьего Антона не тронут никогда.
Yeah, whatever he said. On the island of Buyan, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ashen hair, for the spawn from Devil's Lair, to feast and always leave alone God's faithful servant named Anton. I think something interesting about is happening at school.
Бесы забудут дорогу к дому.
Evil leave this house must.
Мертвые к мертвым, живые к
Ashes to
живому.
ashes, dust to dust. Bizarre sounds had disappeared. I cautiously peeked out from under the blankets and saw curtains waving around like a hanged man. And then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. The sound scratched at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone was scratching at the front door. Hurriedly clawing at wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intently, as if he was looking for someone.
Мертвые к мертвому.
Ashes, ashes, that's watch out, mother. The kid was saying his mom's really attractive. Listen, I think something interesting is happening at school. I don't know what to think. I know this kid's got something wrong with him, I tell you that. I know that for a fact.
Живое к живому.
Dust to dust. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness. And then the doorknob twitched slightly. Then it turned halfway, once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands. The doorknob tilted once more, and then started clicking violently. My jaw cramped from fear. My wet fingers clutched the blanket. The door creaked and opened. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tinder rains. Now you'll see. The door is wide open. That's a face, right? The darkness writhed inside the carnivore. This is what I'm talking about. When it starts pulling up like poem literature words, I'm gonna struggle. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of the doorway. Jesus. Tusha. It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. Nai. My abdomen tightens and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, "Tusha, you asleep?" My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief.
Оля?
Olya?
Я не сплю.
I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Olya frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry. Staring at me.
Прогони ее, Тоша.
Shoo her away, Tosha, please. Who the fuck is Tosha? I thought my name was like... Olyan? Old something. No, that's Olya. I don't remember my first... I don't know the dude's name. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olya down.
Это был сон, глупая. Не
It was
пугайся.
just a dream,
Сны
silly.
не кусаются.
Don't be
Никто тебя
scared.
не обидит.
Dreams don't bite. No one's gonna harm you. Olya sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me. But was I sure myself?
У меня есть идея.
I have an idea.
Пойдем к тебе в комнату.
Let's go to your room and watch the video.
Спящую
Sleeping
красавицу,
Beauty,
например.
for example.
Тебе же нравится этот
You like the cartoon, don't you?
Почему спящий красавица?
I forgot I'm supposed to be voicing her.
Это страшная птица.
Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince? And I have this scary bird? The question took me by surprise.
Ладно, давай посмотрим Золушку.
Alright, let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon. The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with the feast of lard and long ashen hair.
Тоша, ты идешь?
Tusha, you coming?
Да, сейчас.
Yes, just a moment. Okay. I seen that coming. Yeah, I seen that coming. I will say I got startled the slightest bit startled. Motion? Anton, all name Tosha, short name. Okay, so it's just like a nickname? Unless it's like a Russian thing, like same word. I don't know. Where's the rest of my pickle? I need to get it before it gets warm. Okay, pickle gone. Oh, okay. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olya and her owl in the morning. Okay, no, okay. That deadass sounds exactly like my doorbell. I was like, who the fuck is ringing my doorbell? Who could be visiting up here? Us here, in the middle of nowhere. We don't know anyone around here. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. That'd be a time come to visit. You wouldn't come from my front door, you'd come through my window, Danny. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide. In the closet. Under the table. Behind the curtains, where Olia always hides. Osha, come here. I feel like kettlebells were tied to my feet, but still dragged them towards the hallway. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and worry. My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused.
Здравствуйте.
Hello? Fair, I would in fact slap my balls against her window repeatedly. No, you'd probably break with your fucking chastity belt, your little cage. Your cage little gremlin monster. So this kid's got hell anxiety. This kid just got a super fucking mega... What's the glossary about? Babai and Slavic folklore, a nocturnal spirit used by parents to threaten their ill-behaving children. So like, what's that one? Is that Claus? He's the Santa? The opposite of Santa? What? Tonk, tonk, tonk. Who is it? It's like a... Fuck. To scare children to being good for Santa? It's probably not American, actually. It's probably from other place. That's the only, like, thing I could even relate that to. The Grinch? No, Danny, not the fucking Grinch. Wow, dude. It's not the Grinch. It's like... How do you not know the anti-Santa? And not... Okay, you know what I'm... It's not the Grinch. It's some little fucking demon gremlin. Bye-bye. It's like... Babadook? I don't know. Fuck, I can't tab out. Okay, we're just gonna have to leave it off the fact that you know what I'm talking about, Danny. Stop rage baiting. Stop you rage baiting. I'm gonna remember it for too long. Dude, he's in Don't Starve. Don't Starve Together, he's in the game. I swear to God, he's in the game. Now, it's not named it, but he damn near looks like it. It's Krampus! There we go! There we go, yeah, see? You knew what the fuck I was talking about? Yeah, that's like Loki, like Krampus. You dumb fuck. Listen, I don't know much about Santa Claus, okay? I stopped believing in Santa Claus and I was like 6. Hey, buddy. Hello? The senior officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded.
Тут мальчик вчера потерялся.
A boy
Вова
had
из
gone
Алматы.
missing yesterday. His name's Vova.
Глянь, пожалуйста.
Look at this,
Ты его не
please.
видел?
Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile.
Нет.
No, I haven't.
Точно? Посмотри внимательней.
Are you sure? Look closely.
Где мне его видеть?
Where would I
Я
see
тут
him?
никого не знаю. Да и
I
из
don't know
дома-то
anyone
почти не
around here.
выхожу.
I barely leave the house.
А может, видел в окно?
Well, maybe you've seen him from the window.
Да, у тебя ведь окна
That's
на
right.
лес.
Your window looks straight into the forest, don't they? The window.
Нет, не видел.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Ясно.
I see. He sounded tired, but his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. Why is he suspicious of a fucking child? I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairway, and the crack of the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason.
Вы, кстати, как на новом месте?
How do you like your new
Привыкли
place, by the way? Getting used to it? Because children are evil?
Понемногу. Только вот дочка маленькая
A
по
little
городу
bit.
скучает.
Bit by bit. It's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. We've had 3 kids here in Norway
Из
throwing
местных
grenades.
вас никто не беспокоит?
Are you lying to me, Danny? Or are you telling me there's actual children in Norway literally getting hand grenades and throwing them? How do you even acquire hand grenades? Misses this. Oh, misses the city. Huh. Have the locals been treating you well?
Все хорошо, спасибо.
Yes, everything is alright. Thank you. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his brown eyes. My head started to spin.
Может, вам помочь как-то?
Can I help you somehow? I asked that in a shaky voice to look like a polite boy and to end this unpleasant conversation sooner.
Я вот стою и думаю...
There's a big gang in Sweden at the moment that hires children through social media and gives them hand grenades to throw at targets. Danny, I need you to figure out who's made a YouTube video on that, and I wanna hear about it. If there is a gang in Sweden that is hiring children to throw hand grenades, I want to know about it. Now that I think about it,
Ты малец на племеша
you
моего
look just like one of my nephews, little fella.
Шустрый парнишка твоих лет. С такими же окулярами. Все книжками зачитывался. Детективами.
He's a witty boy around your age. Wears the same type of goggles. Haha. Always engrossed in reading those mystery novels.
Когда летом погостить приезжал. Говорит, что в
Told me he
школу
wants to
милиции
enroll in
мечтает
police school
поступить.
when his family visited this summer.
Как я.
Wanted to
Хотел
help
людям
other
помогать.
people, just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable, as if a distinct relative and not a police officer stood before me.
Ох, ребятушки.
You know that.
Сидите-ка
you know
вы
what?
лучше дома.
Little boys like
Не
you should stay at
ввязывайтесь ни
home.
во что.
Steer away from trouble.
Жизнь сейчас
Times
совсем
have changed so
другая.
much. Mom interjected in a cold voice.
Мне ли не знать?
You don't say. I don't know about any YouTube videos. What's the game called? What's the game called? I want to write in my notes and I'm gonna do my research. All this yapping, I need to breathe. Foxtrot. If I look up Foxtrot, it's gonna bring up so many things. Let's look up Foxtrot gang. Actually, we can literally. I see something about Sweden. So maybe, yeah, I see it. A criminal network. There's a Wikipedia. Dude, there's a U.S. Department of State government website about Foxtrot. Today, the United States is sanctioning the Foxtrot Network, a transnational criminal organization, and its fugitive leader, Rawa Mahid. The Foxtrot Network is a notorious criminal gang based in Sweden and a prominent drug trafficking organization in the region. The group is involved in arms trafficking and contributes to rising violence in Northern Europe, including shootings, contract killings, and assaults. The Iranian regime, how do you say that? Regime, there we go. The Iranian regime leveraged the Foxtrot network to carry out attacks on Israeli and Jewish targets in Europe, including the Israeli embassy in Stockholm, Sweden, in January 2024. Wow, you're not kidding, Danny. Yeah, you're not kidding. All immigrant children too, they aren't beating the We need to build a wall! Listen, anything bad in your country, it's some damn illegal immigrants, bro. Wait, okay, I said illegal. It's just immigrants in general.
Ну да ладно.
Well then.
Ты, Антон, в каком классе
What
учишься?
grade are you in, Anton?
В 6-м.
6th.
Друзей-то на новом месте
Have you made
еще
any
не
friends here
завел?
so far?
Пока нет. Я только после
Not yet.
каникул в школу
I'll be going to
пойду.
school for the first time after the break.
Тогда вот вам на всякий случай мой номер.
Then I'll leave you my number just in
Звоните,
case.
если...
Call me
Если
if you have any new
узнаете
info. The policemen were gone along with the shadows, the smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiling boy. His face stood before my eyes. I wonder what it was like for him, being all alone, there. For some reason, I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? And what would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other, like they always do, and forget about me, eventually?
Мам, а Вова этот в нашем лесу заблудился?
Mom. Wait, okay, I'm imitating his. Mom, it's Vova. Did he go missing in our forest?
Выходит, что так.
Seems like it. Poor child. Looked out the window at the road. The police. UAZ, a Soviet and Russian off-road freight passenger car brand, which was produced on the Ulyanov. I have no idea how to say that. Car factory. So it's an off-road car. The police UAZ drove off towards the village. Yeah, it's a police car. Or just a car. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remember all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty. Oh my god. A series of contemporary Russian original or translated teen mystery. Oh, so that's an actual book, okay. Series I've read this summer. The average boys and girls investigated all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people. And after a set of amazing adventures, bam, solved any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policemen footsteps that led to the forest, and then it clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find the lost boy. Now get a reward. Olya will be so happy. And not only Olya, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about the quarrels for a while. Maybe I'll even save us from the D word. Save us from dick. I fantasized about buying Olya a Tamagotchi, that's funny, and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. There's no shot Kinder Surprise is popular in Russia, right? When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad had lost his job at the time. There's that annoying song about it. Accountant, a song by all-female Soviet pop band by the name Combination that became widely popular in the early 90s. I had little to no idea what this accountant job's like. They count money, I think. Neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, Mom and Dad barely had money to afford sweets, and Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Olya. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted these sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out looking for clues. This guy's gonna get wrapped up in like, he's gonna get kidnapped, bro. And this dude, pack it up, little kid. Kinder Surprise was so pog. Danny, we are actually lying. I think Kinder tastes so bad.
Сейчас.
Then they changed the packaging and I lost interest. Are we thinking about the same thing? Is it the thing that has like something inside the egg? Or is it just a chocolate egg? Because I think I've tried the chocolate before. I didn't really like it. Then again, I'm not a big chocolate fan. Yeah, right.
Чтобы потом милиционеры с твоей
want-
фотографией по
You
домам
want the police to
ходили.
go around and with your photograph next?
Лес вон какой
The
густой.
forest is so thick.
А если мальчика звери
What if the
дикие
boy got
утащили?
snatched
Или
up by a
того
wild
хуже?
animal? Or something even worse? Even worse. Echoed through the hallway.
Да я рядом буду.
I won't go
Лесом
far.
пойду.
I'll stay away from the forest.
Что я
What
тебе
kind of chocolate in the
сказала?
US is not the same.
Мне
as what
дважды
you-
повторять.
Did you hear what I said? Or should I repeat myself? Yeah, Danny. That chocolate's dog shit.
Лучше портфель собери или соли
Better
поиграй.
go pack your school bags or play with Olya. The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and Mom had the last word. She's doing those dishes. What's in here? It's an axe. The dark, stuffy closet. Mom says it smells like mice, but how would she know what they smell like? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself with the freshly sharpened axe. And Olya can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Baba is living in there. You stick a hole in... Oh my god, Jiminy Crickets. The only chocolate I actually like is like the Hershey's white chocolate. The Hershey's white chocolate are pretty good. But I'm not a big fan of sweets anymore. It hurt my stomach like crazy, bro. They be gut fucking me. I tried to help her fight her fears once. I opened the door and turned on the dim lamp so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, Dad's tools, and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Olya count outside. 1, 2, 3. Better hide from me. And then drag her feet in the creaking floorboards, hoping she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den. Speaking of, I tried Dubai style chocolate, probably the worst thing I've ever tried or ever eaten. Dude, Danny, why in the world did you look up Dubai chocolate, look at it, and then, oh, I want to try that? Isn't it chocolate with like fucking grass inside of it? Let's go to the kitchen. Let's see, find shite mom. Let's see what's in our fridge, actually. I'm seeing a bunch of nothing. That looks like butter. That looks like butter. Those look like potatoes? I don't know what they look like. Grandma kept ice cream for me and Olya here. But now I could only see meat bits for soup and clumped together pelmeni. I really hate them already. Russian variety of dumplings made by boiling thin, unleavened dough filled with mincemeat, and once called it Russian fast food. That don't sound bad, bro. I fucking love dumplings. It's pistachio. So you're telling me it's chocolate with pistachio? Why does it look like grass? It literally looks like they took off like turf and just slammed it in between pieces of chocolate. What's up, fine shite, mom? Wait, I can look at this. The side of the old ocean freezer was checkered with The side of the old ocean freezer was checkered with my childish drawings. Mom's recipes and all sorts of stickers from bubblegums with dinosaurs that Oli likes so much. Because pistachio is green, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't know it had the texture of grass. It looks like it would literally... Go grab a handful of shit. Go grab some turf and sandwich it together. And then that's what fucking goddamn Dubai style chocolate looks like. Okay. Looks like a shit sandwich with turf in it. Among that still life picture hung a piece of ruled paper with the phone number of the police officer who visited us. First Lieutenant Tikhovnov? I read inside my mind, looking at the officer's sprawling handwriting. A scrap of paper was held by 2 pieces of broken magnet from some old Soviet toy. And those pieces just barely covered up the number as if to taunt me. I leaned towards it to unveil the mystery and take the piece to a safer place where it would wait for its time when I would finally find Vova and be the first to call the police with the happy news.
Антон,
Anton! Mom's reproachful eyes stared at me. What do you need it for? Hands off, you'll lose it. Angering my mom was the last thing I wanted, so I lowered my hand. We gotta distract mother. We're gonna lie, yeah, we're gonna lie to the mom, bro. We're gonna lie to find shite. Or I can go to Dubai, just look around, same effect, you're right.
Мам, там что-то с телевизором случилось.
Something's wrong with the TV. Oh, we're still in this thing. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted.
без ножа меня режешь.
Oh, hold up.
Расстрелялся вот так.
The girlie's calling me. Yeah, what's up? McDonald's.
Is that dinner tonight?
Oh, fuck, I don't know about that. I guess it could be. Yeah, did you have anything planned?
Probably just cheese dogs or frozen pizza. I don't know if my meat's...
Yeah, we should eat McDonald's. Eat some proper food, not junk food. Listen, Danny, I was craving McDonald's. Get McDonald's. Get me a sweet tea as well, please. Yeah. Yeah.
But nothing from Walmart.
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you, bye.
Love it, you, bye. Get me some Mickey D's, Danny. Some Mickey D's. Listen, I was at work today, and I was like, you know what sounds really good right now? It's the McDonald's. So listen, we're getting McDonald's. I know it's gonna hurt my stomach, but that ain't stopped me ever before. Can I use a controller with this? That'd be much easier to just press a button. Where? It's gonna sit in your stomach for 2 weeks and just simmer. Yeah, because I think that it don't like here we go. Can I see like a? Can I see the controls? So I don't read fuck anything up. I guess I'm not. Okay. There's menu, glossary, and backlog. So we're just gonna press. It's not that button. Where's my continue? What's my continue?
Говорила же, поставь
Told you
мне
the
кинескоп своей приставкой.
Kinescope will go dim because of your console.
Где мы теперь мастера найдем в
But yeah,
дыре,
Danny, you're talking about like I've seen now McDonald's like does not like deteriorate, like it doesn't grow mold. Getting pregnant, oh my god. Where will we find a TV technician in this hole, huh?
Может быть, просто настройки
Maybe it's
сдвинешь?
just the settings.
Сходи, посмотри,
Please, go
пожалуйста.
see for yourself. Strange.
Нормально же работает.
It worked fine in the morning.
Из-за снегопада,
Maybe the
наверное,
snowfall
неполадки.
caused it. Snowfall caused it. Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olia's room. Get the paper, little boy. How do I? Okay, we're just gonna use keyboard. I don't know how do I control it. Perfect. Dude, let me steal some snacks while I'm at it. Wait, are we gonna like run out the? Are we dead ass running out the front yard? Okay. He literally just took the paper and dipped. Dude, his mom's gonna be pissed. Opened the front gate and went to the field. Carefully, so mom wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half the distance towards the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remembered my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. Let me go check out my dogs whining about. She's literally screaming for no reason. She screams loud enough, y'all can probably hear her. Yeah, she would literally scream her head off. Okay. The sun turned my nightmares to ash. The aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears. Distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head. Blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olga. The time reached its limit. A one-way trip that ended at the forest piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olga turned to stone, listening to them. No, it's the music. Okay, it sounds like it started sounding like my fucking doorbell. I swear, their fucking sound effects are just deadass just sounding like my doorbell right now. Okay. But then always came to the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time mom and dad joked around, laughing, or spent time together, almost like all of it was in a previous life. When they kissed with Olga present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day, it all changed. Something important had left our home. Something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out, and our parents were hurriedly hold up. Sound of the game, I think. No, it is. It's just, the tone of it literally sounds like my doorbell. It was as if a fire broke out, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead, cold eyes, who sometimes visited us in our previous home? The eyes that only saw balls of What? The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground in everything. What is that supposed to mean? And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. This kid is crazy thinking he's gonna go solo find this child. Look at this little pipsqueak. This guy, like, he was calling his sister pipsqueak. Look at this little kid. He said he's in the 6th grade. I forget how old he said he was. Yeah, I don't know. There were only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. Loser, it's on. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and confurious needles froze into the ice. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Semi-dark? Should I take it to the police? Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of the Broken Lights. Wait, what? Streets of Broken Light? A Russian mystery TV series telling a strange Can I fucking read? I need some water. I need some water. Listen, I'm using too much oxygen. I'm actively going brain dead from all my oxygen usage. A Russian mystery TV series telling a story of the daily life of Russian police officers. It's the longest running series in the history of Russian TV at the moment. He was also always anxious with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this minute help me find the lost boy? Boba! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. Vova! As the trees were calling out to someone. Vova. Resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees, hiding. Vova. Wouldn't it be really cool if Pokemon accidentally leaked online tomorrow? Danny, wouldn't it be really cool if you accidentally showed me some footage of you playing it tomorrow? I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still. Something was unsettling about that figure. Where is he hiding? I don't see what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't see anything. Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Its blackness. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Speaking of, did you like my horse dessert? Dessert? Holy shit, I can't read. Horse dessert. Oh. I remember now. Yeah, that's the one you sent, not in the Discord. No, Danny, I didn't. I'm looking at it right now again, and no. No. Is that actually like Jello? Or is it actually a toy? It's gotta be Jello, right? What kind of fucking mold these guys use to make this? What kind of mold? Who is manufacturing molds of horse wieners? If that's the case. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from the sight. I looked away for a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painfully long time. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. God. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. Looked to the mitten once more. Oh, we're taking that. I know, bitch. He's just being anxious. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. You can turn back now, okay? I regret my choice. Oh, bah. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo. No hope for a reply. I stepped towards the bristly trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder, the branch creaked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound. All too heavy and wet. I squeezed it without thinking. Something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. For a second I thought someone pissed in his glove. So it's warm blood. I froze in place, studying my palm in disgust. Red. The sound of crackling branches invaded the silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone has chased me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with the giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my head. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone. Forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength, spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in the freezing air. They sensed my fear. two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing, a hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside of a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious, like viscous. Or, no, it's vicious, yeah, like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught into a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in a snow pile was clutching my pants. Take them off. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone, my boot slipped out of the hole, and my soles were on the hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump, and from there ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. The house was a line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. And in all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with his paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed his marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave away. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitfall. What is a pitfall? Pitiful? Oh, okay, holy shit, hold up. Hi, Penny. Ashton, I was waiting for you to show up, okay? If you didn't look at Discord memes, listen, Danny put something together for us. Danny took his own time out of his own day to whip up something very special. Ashton, we now have a side-and-side comparison of me and Pennywise. You'll also see my big forehead. So Danny came with proof that I did show off my big ass forehead. So that there she is in all her glory. It's my fucking forehead. Now, me personally, I don't see the resemblance. Okay. Oh my god. Don't encourage it. Don't encourage it. Listen, those are completely different photos. Okay. That is not me. That's an AI image, Astrid. My forehead's not that big. They used AI to get me. I'm gonna have to get him for like AI deepfakes. Thanks, I try. I wanted to turn down the game a little bit. It was kind of loud and it really got intense. Like it was like literally peaking my desktop audio. Should have made it clear. I meant the actual actor. No, Astrid, you definitely should have said it more clear, but you said Pennywise. You said I look like the clown. You didn't say the actor of the clown, you said the clown. Did see the AI photos of him? God, no, Danny. God, no. Don't even put that in my head. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than the blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. Is there still audio? It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she'd always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was something in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from my mom, my feet were slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring, and with it, the last bit of my strength I had left in my body too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition. My wet pants plastered the snow.
Ты где был? Я тебе что говорила, а? Чтобы ты дома сидел.
Privet? What does that say? What is that? Is that Ella? I've heard that before. I think it. Wait, don't get me wrong. Wait, tell me if I'm wrong. That's the right word. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is Metro series? Does that have to do with like Russians? I think there's Russian people inside of the Metro series. I think I heard Privet a lot inside that game. Maybe it was maybe it was the other game. What's it called? It's got to do with like anomaly stuff, nuclear shit. Stalker. There we go. Stalker. Maybe it's Stalker series I'm thinking about. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home.
Я и для тебя пустая.
Am I nothing to you too? I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her, like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out.
У отца сигареты пропали.
Your dad can't find his cigarettes.
Признавайся, ты их
Be
стащил?
honest, did you snatch them?
Курить бегаешь.
Were you smoking in secret?
Там...
There-
там...
There
за
was
мной
someone
кто-то
chasing me. I
гнался.
thought... I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned towards me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant. She covered her mouth with her hand.
Гляди, вон же они.
Look,
Прямо у
over there,
забора.
at the fence. What, Russian people inside mattresses? What? Russian people were inside mattresses? Yeah, have you seen the meme where it's like, stop sign? That's you right now, Astrid. Stop sign! It's like, you know why I'm pulling you over? Stop sign! What stop sign? I heard you said something like that. I did not. I was asking what privet means. Privet, I think that's how you said it, actually. But I have no idea. I was asking about like if the Stalker series and the Metro series were in Russia, like based in Russia, like in game. I'm pretty sure that's all I said. I don't remember saying mattresses. I don't remember anything about mattresses. Okay, let's get some water again. Is that what it means, Pidgey? Hi, hello, Privyet is hi. That's what I figured, because it's probably one of the only Russian words that I could kind of get the idea of. Because I think they say it, like I said, in Metro. Like Metro Exodus and Metro, the other ones. My heart started thumping, as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me into the fields. I could swear that I've heard someone scratching at the door, just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and I gathered all of my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window, facing my fear. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs. Just a small pack of strays with no name and owner, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest. That's an odd way of saying that word.
Кошечки,
That sentence.
ты их испугался?
Oh boy, were you
Да
scared of
они
them?
сами тебя перепугают,
I think they'd
Самсон.
rather be scared of you, Anton.
Они гнались за
They were
мной,
chasing me
словно за
like a
зайцем.
bunny.
А вдруг они
And
бешеные?
what if they're rabid? Smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them.
Что если они нападут на Олю?
What if they attack Olya?
Мам,
Mom,
Вот бы твой отец их всех
I wish your
пристрелил.
dad could just shoot them all. Damn.
мама, они
Mom,
живые.
look, they're alive.
А что?
Huh? What?
Ты уж определись? Они тебе друзья
Are they
не
your
враги.
friends or foe after all? Make up your mind.
Не маленький ведь уже.
You're not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze in the cobweb-ridden corner just to keep myself from crying. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? Mitten. Of course. A darkened, sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as the detective. I hurried to present my clue to my mom.
Мам, смотри, это Вовина варежка.
Mom, look, this is Volva's mitten.
Ну того, про которого утром милиция
The boy the
спрашивала.
police were asking about in the morning.
Она вся
It's
в крови,
drenched in
на
blood.
дереве
I found it
висела.
hanging on a tree.
Вон
I can
там,
show you
могу
where.
показать. Давай в милицию скорее позвоним. Как нас
Let's call the police
участковый
right away.
просил.
Like the officers told us to.
Мам, гляди.
Mom, look.
Фу.
Ew. A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto Mom's contorted face. As if she were trying to remember something distant. Like someone tries to remember their dream, but the image slips away.
А ну-ка прекрати сейчас. же.
Stop it this moment.
Оля тебя услышит.
Olia
с
will
ума
go
сойдет.
insane if she hears you.
Она и так не спит. На все
She already
подряд
has trouble
жалуется.
sleeping and whines all the time.
Еще и ты со своими шуточками.
And you joke around like this? At that moment, I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. This is where you are good friends, and if the person's older, then we talk. I don't even know how to even begin to pronounce that word, Pidgey. Wait, so this is when you are good friends, and if the person is older? So there's different terminology. There's like a way of saying like a hello to a not superior, a more, because I know in culture, like I know it's the same way in, I think, Japan, you have like two ways of speaking to each other. Like there's I think it's like last and first name. Like most people there, this could be an old tradition, but I know it is a tradition, or was, where you call them by their last name as a sign of respect and like business like. And then if you're like friends, you say their first name, like close. It shows closeness. Privet is for friend. Okay. So yeah, there's more of a formal way of saying it. Yeah, so what I'm getting from the story so far is this kid is a ball of fucking anxiety. Right? This kid is just full of anxiety. I want to sink through the floor from embarrassment.
Иди сюда, паникер.
Come here, my boy who cried wolf.
Да не стой столбом.
Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. A golden colored pill, reminiscent of a dead wasp, fell into my palm.
Я уже пил
I already
сегодня.
took one during
Сказал.
breakfast.
Попререкайся мне.
Don't talk over me.
Сказала
I told you to
бы,
stay home and you...
нет же, был бы отец
Dad would
выпорол.
have given you a good whipping for that.
Сейчас же выпей, а то ночью
Come
не
on,
уснешь.
take it. Or you won't be able to sleep at night. And you have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with similar awful water that gave off taste of chlorine. Maybe it wasn't Volva's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters. And Olia's owl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it.
Антон, выпил?
Anton,
Можешь, если захочешь.
you done? See? You could do it when you try.
Раздевайся.
Take off your
Уснул,
coat.
что ли?
Are you sleepy?
Нет, мам. Просто
No, Mom.
задумался.
I was just thinking.
Интересно, о чем же?
What about? I wonder.
Так,
Just something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes. Feminine masculine pronouns. Wait, we're talking about Astrid. That's Spanish. Yeah, that's Spanish, I think. That's the only, they could have it like in Japanese too. If they do, that's definitely new to me. I didn't know that was the case. The only language I know personally that has like different words for feminine and masculine is Spanish. Like A's and O's. I think it's A's and O's, right? Let me think. Yeah, I think it's A and O. As if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest.
Точно все нормально?
Is everything alright?
У тебя такое лицо было,
You
когда
had that exact same
милиционер
expression when the policeman asked you about the window.
все нормально.
I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh.
Хорошо.
Fine. Seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric became discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bottom or the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had tasted differently. The melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episode and switched to the other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the mirror. Like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. So they're giving the kid like antidepressants or some shit. I'm keep getting to. let me not stutter. I've been doing so decent. I think this is the best I've ever read in my life. Okay, nah, I'm taking that back. When I was at school, I could read fluently, okay? But that's because I practice it. I haven't had to read because I haven't played what are the games? Visual novel on stream like ever. The only visual novels I've actually played, 2 of them. I played the Danganronpa series, and I played Doki Doki Literature Club. That's the only 2 visual novels I played though. Yeah. Then I went upstairs. Jafar and Lago's voice died down. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Oh, there's a lot of shit to look at. Is that Michael Jackson? Wait, that's totally Michael Jackson. There is no shot Michael Jackson is popular in Russia. There is no shot I'm believing Michael Jackson is popular in Russia. Like, he's the king of pop. Don't get me wrong. Michael Jackson he's the GOAT. Okay, but I didn't think Russians liked the king of pop. Novels like book, I think. Yeah, that's like, what did I say? Visual novels. Yeah, they're visual novels. This is pretty much a book with illustrations. Okay, I should be reading this. I thought it was gonna be like a 2 thing because I didn't even click the right thing. I don't even read Ghost. Actually, yeah, that's just a book about ghosts and shit, saying his sister's scared. One of the drawers was empty. I hid the policeman's phone number along with the mid in there. The simple action drained the last bit of my strength. Russians know him and sometimes listen to him. You love him? Pidgey. Dude, that's so goated. You know ball. I'll just say that, Pidgey. Michael Jackson is a classic and he's timeless, right? He is timeless. I sat on my bed. And only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. It's her sister. My tired hands dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to the medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort, as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The corner of the room bent. And what is that? Undulated? Undulated? I've never seen that. I have no answers for MJ. Have you not heard of Michael Jackson, Astrid? Or you just think he's like, eh? The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtain. A flimsy piece of cloth. Holy shit. Duh. I told you I have a speech impediment. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. It reminded me of burial sheets.
Оля,
Olia. Who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried up lips.
Оля, очень
Yeah, Olia.
смешно.
It's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains. And as if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. But beat my heart, controlled by medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They're looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled open the curtains. Yeah, I already knew. Okay, bedtime. You listen to Astrid, Danny. It's not bedtime. Listen, it's not bedtime. You can stay up for another hour. I have, of course. I'm assuming you like him then, because I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's a person on this earth that actually I'm lying. There's people that gotta not like Michael Jackson, but I think you can still say Michael Jackson's good, but not like him. If that makes sense at all. Like I said, he's the fucking king of pop, bro. He's that guy. But yeah, good night, Danny. Get you some beauty rest so you can wake up and go find that underground sex ring in Final Fantasy 14. I know what kind of man you are, Danny.
Да я сразу понял, что это ты.
I knew it was you from the beginning. He blindingly bright halo lit above Olia's head with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlight. But I brought her to the window one day and sunlight poured on her smiling face. Can you imagine forcing yourself not to fall asleep because of the possibility of danger? Can you imagine forcing yourself to not fall asleep because of the possibility of danger? That's horrible. Actually, I've been there. I think it's probably common as a child. If I'm being so serious, I think it's commonest for children. I definitely had a couple of cases like where I was fighting my sleep until I literally could not because I was scared. This kid's just cooked. But yeah, I think like what I'm getting so far from this game is this kid has hella anxiety, right? He doesn't feel safe. Like he likes his family, right? But I mean, his parents are like, he's scared his parents can get divorced. He's super anxious. He's scared of nothing because I mean he's a kid, right? And his anxiety feeds off that. And then now they're medicating him. I don't know anything about the missing kid yet because so far it's been nothing but his fucking imagination, I believe. I don't think there's been a real thing yet. Felt like I was holding a light. Woven child.
А я все видела.
I saw everything.
Да ну,
Oh, really?
Что ты спрятал?
What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little. Before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice.
ничего, просто...
It's nothing. Just... Lola ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked,
Что-то украл.
You stole something and hid it there.
Ты вор?
Are you a thief?
Что?
What?
Глупая.
Don't be stupid.
Ничего я не крал.
I didn't steal anything. Clear image came to mind. That mitten. Hanging from the tree branch. What if I did steal it after all? From the forest, from the tilted figure, standing behind black trees. Lola could be selfish and stubborn if she wanted.
Покажи тогда.
Then show me.
Поклянись, что никому
Swear
не
that you won't tell
скажешь.
anyone.
Тогда
Then I'll show
покажу.
you. Never believe in paranormal. Astrid, no. Okay, I believe in ghosts, Astrid. If that's what we're talking about, I believe in ghosts. Now, I don't think they're, like, depicted. I don't think they're true. How media depicts them, if that makes sense at all. Like, I don't think you, like, you know, typical ghost, oh, they're here to scare you. You know, they're evil. But I do believe in spirits, Astrid. Because I believe, like, unexplainable shit can happen inside your life. And it's gotta be spiritual. Like, I just fully believe it's gotta be spiritual. Olio wore a plotting smile.
Клянусь маминым
I
сердцем.
swear, Mom's heart. An oath she heard in one of the movies about the pioneers we've watched. An umbrella term for communist children organizations existing around the world, somewhat reminiscent of the Scout movement. Communist? The CCP?
Не говори так.
Don't say things like that. Olia nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity, a splash in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olia leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic creature.
Это
Is this
чья-то
someone's mitten?
варежка?
She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw.
Один мальчик
A
потерял.
certain boy lost
И
it.
сам потерялся.
and got lost
Ты
himself.
понимаешь, как опасно гулять в лесу, особенно детям.
Wait, Astrid, since you are new here, I guess you too, Pidgey, I don't know how you feel about ghosts, but I will tell you this. I put it up on stream before. Let me find Discord. I low-key think my house is haunted a little bit, right? Maybe just a smidgen. Y'all about to see a back shot of me, okay? Pause, no Diddy. Right, pause, no Diddy, this is my back. Well, hold up, well, I'll tell you what I experienced with Thai dark magic and amulet when we have time, which I still do not believe or recognize it's those stuff's existence. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you with this, okay? These, okay, and this scared my girlfriend like crazy, okay? This scared the shit out of my girlfriend because she's the one who noticed, and that's the one who took a photo of it. She has like, I think she's had 2 other instances in our house where she got scared. She started hearing like doors rattle, like doorknobs. I have 2 fucking chair. What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? You have to fucking share? Or are you saying like you have to share something? That might be a fuck up from the translation. What I was saying was, my girlfriend, she has her own experience inside the house. I remember one night I was sleeping and, you know, she had all the animals in the living room, I believe. And we have a guest room, right? We have a guest room. It's further like back over here, like down the hallway. But she started to hear the door knob rattle, like someone is trying to open it. And then with that door, it's fucked up and you can't actually, it's really hard to open that door itself. Because you really have to sit there and pry it. It's fucked up. We haven't gotten around to fixing it. And she started hearing something jiggle it, like multiple times. So that scared the shit out of her. I didn't experience that because I was sleeping. But there was one night I woke up, right? I went to bed, I woke up, and then I woke up with these on my back. And with what's really weird about these, they aren't scratches. Like, they definitely look like scratches. But you know how you take, like, your fingernails and you scratch yourself? You know how it brings up the skin and it's not smooth? Because obviously you're ripping your skin. It's not going to be a clean, like, dash, right? These are, like, silk smooth. Like, my skin isn't raised at all. This is all behind my skin. It's like all the blood came up like a bruise to my back. And these definitely look like scratch marks. And I've had so much other like weird shit happen in my... It's probably some grain of stone or You think Crumble's done this? Like food? Like I ate a chip and a piece of chip done this to my back? Because I was trying to, because I don't like scaring myself, because I didn't really think much of it until I realized there's like Loki, I can't explain it. Because the one thing I could say yes, maybe, was if there was like a charging cable in my bed. But there wasn't. We keep it above our headstand, and it's all right there. So it wouldn't flop down and get near my back like that at all. So yeah, a demon is trying to rape me in my sleep. Yeah, I've had other experiences too. When I was a kid, and there's people witnesses with me. Like, it was my stepbrother at the time and my sister. We were at our old house with my dad and my stepmother at the time. And it was late at night. And we were just messing around in one of the rooms. We had the door shut and everything. And it was late at night. It was probably like... probably midnight. Around midnight. And, we're just chilling watching TV, and all of a sudden it sounds like someone was in the kitchen and took all of the plates and all the glassware and just shoved it off the counter. It sounded like 30 plates just hit the ground and shattered. And we went out there because my parents were sleeping, and it was like there's no way they didn't wake up from this. And there was nothing. Not a single thing dropped. We didn't even have any animals in the house at the time either, so no animal could have knocked anything over. And I mean, shit like that's just kind of like unexplainable. Because I mean, multiple of us heard that. And I don't know what sounds like glassware breaking that's inside the house. Is one side of your bed face to a wall? Yes. Like, yeah, the bed's up against the wall. But Ashton, I promise you, I'm not sleeping against the wall. I sleep in the middle. Because usually, you know, I sleep with my girlfriend, right? We be cuddling. We don't cuddle on the wall. Because I'm trying to think as well, Ashton, because if that was the case, like, especially a wall, like, if you're trying to say it was a wall that, like, fucked up my back, it would be more scratchy. Because I'm telling you, you could run your hand across that, and there was not a single, like, blemish. It felt like smooth skin. Because it like I said, it didn't break a single bit of my skin. My skin was completely unbroken. It's like blood just came up as a bruise. Okay, let me drink some water, drink some beer. I'm gonna continue to read, but I'll read y'all chat. Okay. Now you do understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander in the forest, right? Oh, we gotta tab back in, sorry. He must be really cold out there. Excuse me. Will they find him?
Обязательно.
They will.
Участковый по домам ходит.
Police are going
Всем
house to house
фотографии
showing his photo to
показывают.
everybody. Olia traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window.
А почему он по домам ходит, а не
And
по
why are they
лесу?
going to houses and not the forest?
Боится?
Are they scared? The question caught me off guard.
Милиционеры ничего не боятся.
The police aren't scared of anything.
И лес они прочесали.
They've already scouted the forest. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Flashed in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness, cold, and whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss this mitten? Or did it appear later? For me. I want to watch those games, chat about those later. Okay, yeah. Because listen, I love talking about ghost stories. Like, that's one of my topics I bring up to people I'm talking to. My face looks really white today. I don't know why. But, is if they believe in ghosts or not. Because if they do, you can share the stories. And if they don't, I try to, like, bring up, like, shit that's happened in my life and be like, it's kind of unexplainable. But police, Pidgey, you don't like the cops? I think everywhere is corrupt. I'm not even going to assume anything about Russian or, like, Russia, Pidgey, because I don't know anything about Russia, right? Obviously, a side of media paints Russia in a bad light. But that doesn't mean, like, it is, if that makes sense at all. Because I know police are corrupt everywhere. There's always corrupt police in any department of anywhere. I changed the topic. As if trying to get Ola as far away as possible from the forest thicket. Oh, I'm getting called up. She's calling again.
Нам, может, награду дадут.
Yes, ma'am. Did you crash? Wait. Okay. Did I miss it? Yes, ma'am. Oh, whoa, okay.
Just restarted. I'm gonna try to hurry up and go home. If I can. I'm sorry, I gotta run this. I gotta go.
Okay.
But if I call you, answer.
Okay. Well, it's running now. Okay, I love you. Bye. Okay, her car broke down. So if it breaks down again, I might have to be like on a be right back real quick, and I might have to go get her. I'm not sure. I think it started again, but we'll see. Let me put my phone not on vibrate. Let me put it on the ringer. Okay. I will post an Thai amulet I held and its explanation what it's constructed of, but I'm afraid I might be banned, hated, or get into trouble. Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. The car, I got me a new car, and I just gave her my hand-me-down, and it's kind of, it's not very reliable. So it's been prone to break down a little bit, but it's just, I don't know why it's been breaking down, but usually she can just turn it off and turn it back on, and it just starts up again. But, yeah, she's fine for now. She said she got it started again, but if it breaks down, I might have to go get her. And, dude, Astrid, unless you were saying, like, really heinous, like, bad shit or racist shit, you're not gonna get banned for anything, Astrid. Like, I promise you're not gonna get banned for anything. Unless you're literally just being mean. Okay, let me play the game in. But yeah, you're good, Astrid. You can send whatever you want. Like I said, if it's nothing like just straight vulgar or like, you know what I mean. No, it's really dark magic and sick. Astrid, that sounds even more amazing. I'm not one, because I know there's people online and like in person. Listen, to the extent of what I believe when it becomes like spiritual, I believe in like, I will tell you this, if you know what, like, if you know, like, you know Native Americans, Astrid, don't you? Like American Native Americans. I'm a Native American. I'm Cherokee tribe. And a lot of the I'm not really in tune with my heritage by any means, but I definitely have, my mom's side of my family is very, very in tune with their Cherokee, right? Cherokee tribe, all this. And the Native Americans have a lot of stories about spirits. Spirits are like heavily, they're really important inside of the culture around Native Americans, right? So really, that's all I know about spirituality. That and what I've kind of encountered myself. So I don't know anything else wise, and I'm totally down to learn, bro. I think that shit's so kind of it's really cool. Things started happening to me to a point I became severely depressed. Ashton, you keep telling me this, and I'm getting more intrigued by the second. Okay, by the second. So you can post all this stuff. Now, Ashton, do you want me to read it on stream, or you want me to wait until like off stream and then I can come back and give my opinion on it? You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. We make it a reward if I go and find this boy myself.
Кучу всякого, как в поле
A
чудес.
lot of stuff, like in the Wheel of Fortune.
Клёво же.
Sounds cool, right? Olia wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her.
А что, если это сова
What
его
if
утащила?
the owl got him?
Ерунда.
Nonsense.
Не может сова поднять
An owl won't be
человека.
able to lift a human.
Но вот что...
But you know what? Speaking my words with the utmost care, I forced them out of my overexerted brain.
Ты в лес не суйся.
Stay
Мне
away from the
кажется, он
forest.
какой-то,
I think it's,
как бы сказать,
how should I put it?
проклятый, что ли?
It's cursed or something.
Как в сказке?
Just like a fairy tale.
Нет,
No.
скорее, как на той страшной
More like
кассете,
in that
что родители
spooky
прячут.
tape our parents hid from us. Olia shivered and stole a glance at the window.
Я видела, как ты убегал.
I saw you running away.
За тобой кто-то гнался?
Someone was chasing you?
Нет, просто,
No,
чтобы мама
it's
не
just-
волновалась, спешил
I was hurrying
домой.
back home so mom wouldn't be worried. No, it's too hard to type it all out, but I can Discord and explain. I don't want to get in trouble. What do you mean Discord and explain, Astrid? Are you talking about like on a call? You can honestly, Astrid, if you find a good article, like unless you don't want to look it up, right? Unless you don't want to look it up, and you're not getting in trouble, Astrid. Unless you think listen, Astrid, if you are not comfortable sharing this yourself, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. But I don't mind. Talk in Discord. Put a pin on that, Astrid. Put a pin on that, okay? Now, I will read an article in my free time, but I'm trying to lock into this game, right? Because I'm wanting to beat this game so I can go play Fatal Frame. I want to get this game. I want to get it through it. So maybe in another stream, or maybe in private if you don't want to talk on stream, Astrid. That'd be fine as well. But we can listen. I want to know about it. That sounds cool. I say cool, but that sounds very, very intriguing, and I definitely want to know more. I might have to do my own research about a Thai amulet. No, now of course, jeez. Okay, yeah. No, that's okay. That sounds good. Yeah. Well, you have to tell me about it someday. Cause bro, if you were actually like experiencing stuff with like a Thai amulet, this sounds cool. Okay, I had to lock in. I'm locking in. As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile. It was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind and her small fire would be gone.
Хорошо тебе.
It just started back up and you're good? Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. I was wondering what was taking so long. How long were you stranded?
I'll show you. It's
Okay.
a whole story.
Okay. Okay, actually, right now, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, and I'll be back. Okay. Sorry, interrupting your game. Your game selection, Pidgey. Oh, I ran over my toe. Oh. No, okay. Pidgey knows I yap a lot. I'm sure he knows now. By this point. Now, I do have food. I got McDonald's. So every now and then, I'm about to stop to eat. But, I'll continue. Let me sure everything's set up. Okay, let's get it. You're lucky.
Меня вот мама не пускает
Mom won't
даже
even let me go
на
outside.
крыльцо, как принцесса в башне
I'm like a
сижу.
princess in the tower.
Никуда не могу
Can't go
выйти.
anywhere.
Так и умру тут от
I'll die from boredom here.
Не придумывай.
You're wrong.
От скуки еще никто не
No one has ever
умирал.
died of boredom.
У тебя же есть я и
You
мультики.
have me and your
А мама с папой
cartoons.
скоро
And mom and
помирятся.
dad will be good to each other soon.
Знаешь, что бы я загадала на
You know what I
следующий
wish
день рождения?
for my next birthday?
Чтобы родители
Oh,
тоже
it's
в
a chick.
детей
I wish for mom and dad to turn to children so we could go and play together like we used to.
Ага. А если бы они
Yeah.
стали размером с жука,
If you make
то мы
them...
бы их в
Oh, wait, let me
спичечный
just lock in.
коробок
Let me lock back
посадили.
in. I gotta get... Hold up. Let me lock back in. I have to get a flow with this. Yeah. And if you make them as small as bugs, we could place them into a little box. Olga giggled and tugged on my sleeve.
Тоша, пойдем Аладдина
Posha,
смотреть.
let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy.
Вымотался я.
I'm too tired.
Хочется.
I don't want to.
Ну пойдем.
Come on.
Мне скучно
It's so
одной,
boring
а
alone,
мама
and Mama's always
занята
busy.
всем. Можно выбрать другой мультик,
We can pick a
который ты еще не
cartoon you
видел.
haven't seen before.
Да я все наши кассеты наизусть
I know all of your tapes by
знаю.
heart at this point.
А вот и не все.
Not all of them. You haven't watched Peter Pan?
Помнишь, ты уснул на
Remember how you
середине?
fall asleep in the middle of it?
А там потом
So
такое.
much happens after that. Let's go, let's go.
Давай попозже.
Maybe a bit later.
Рассказать тебе, чем все
Should I
закончилось?
tell you how it ends?
Утром расскажешь.
Save up for tomorrow.
Утром не захочу.
I won't tell you tomorrow.
Придумала.
I know.
А
Let's play
давай
hide and
в
seek.
прятки.
Нет, Оль.
No, Oldia.
Тогда
Then draw me a
нарисуй
dino.
динозавра.
Оля, блин.
Oldia, please.
Нарисуй, нарисуй.
Draw it, draw it.
Да оставь ты меня в покое!
Leave me alone already. That's what he said. I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken aback. I never screamed at my little sister like that. Olivia stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, and precursor to tears. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olivia from crying.
Ладно, уболтала. Давай смотреть мультики. Только недолго.
Alright, you win. Let's go watch cartoons for a bit. Done. Wait, done what, Astrid? I heard Discord pop, so I'm wondering if something was going on in Discord. And my screen's messing up. And it's messing up. Oh my god, it's messing up again. Sorry, I'm like flashing out with blackness. Wow, okay. Whoa, okay, yeah, I'll read that later. I'll read that later. Astrid, that's a lot. Is that- wait, I have one question. Is that actually the pin that you had? Or the amulet? Like, is that a picture of the actual amulet? Yeah, I'm gonna play, Astrid. I'm gonna play. I was just curious if I actually got it.
Уже не хочу.
Oh, fuck, I missed it. Well, it doesn't matter, I did that one. I don't wanna. I came up to Pat. Or I came up to her. Put my hand on her soft head.
Идем.
Let's go.
Питера Пэна
Let's
посмотрим.
go watch Peter Pan.
Ага, ты опять
Who? You
уснул.
fall asleep again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless.
Не усну, обещаю.
I promise I won't.
А потом я тебе целого
I'll draw you a full
трицератопса
Triceratops
нарисую.
later. Hooray! Yes, it costs 10.5k? Damn, Astrid. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this later, Astrid, because I have so many questions. Triceratops!
Ну, почти.
Well, close enough. Ollie rubbed her eyes with the sleeve of her pajamas, and a shining smile returned to her face.
Давай ты пока кассету перемотаешь.
I'll go ask Mom
А
for
я у
condensed
мамы
milk and
попрошу
bread,
сгущенки
and you
с
rewind the
хлебом.
tape. Is that an actual snack, Pidgey? Condensed milk and bread? I don't think I've ever tried condensed milk. I've heard it's just a sweet milk, which I like milk. I would probably like condensed milk.
Только утром свежий привезли, как ты любишь.
The bread is fresh, just how you like it.
Неси, только
All right.
аккуратнее, а то
Be
разольешь.
careful not to spill the milk,
Опять ругаться буду.
or you'll be yelled at again.
Спорим, не разолью.
Wanna bet I won't spill it?
Кассета где-то в тумбочке.
Tape is somewhere in the
Поищи пока.
nightstand. Look for it. Olia disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room. Is that the bear making the noise? Is that the Freddy Fazbear? Har 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 har. Har 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 har. Piggy bank. Olia is saving money for a real puppy because Dad said that taking care of him will take a lot of money. Oh yeah, yeah. Olia has countless toys. An old teddy bear is the main attraction here. Olia doesn't sleep without it. And she digs her nose into its fur when she sleeps. The scary window where Olia sees the accursed owl every night, lurking in the dark. Olia keeps curtains open during the day, but as soon as the twilight comes, she shuts them tight, so she wouldn't see the pair of hungry eyes outside. I thought we were looking for a tape. The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. Is really just milk? Oh, you're saying he just means normal milk, not condensed milk? Like he's milk for like a beverage and then just snacking on bread. That's ironic. Oh lordy, let's go and plug it up. Okay, well, let me snack a little bit. Actually, what time is it? I mean, it's not even 6. Oh my lord. Stay open. Okay. All that was left was clicking the bottom of the front panel. The tube warmed up a familiar white noise. Wait, the tube warmed up and a familiar white noise started dancing in the black screen. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR. Voice crack, sorry. When the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. It was a dark, tight taiga forest. Just like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Did I catch some rogue signal? Local TV stations only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently I used to always watch Robotech app before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch a signal again? On the other hand, Oli had asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her. But in my sleepy state, I didn't have much strength to do all of it. Ooh, do we appease the sister? Or do we catch that signal? Obviously, part of me wants to get that signal. Right? Because that's obviously some delusion. It's got to be a delusion. Then again, I don't know if I want to feed into his delusions. I'm gonna do something nice for the sister. He already made the sister sad, so. I sifted through the shelves full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprises. I found the tape I needed thanks to its shabby spine. Basic TVs in the 90s. Oh, I know what these TVs are, Pidgey. Not saying I had one, but I had an old, like, an old one that had static. I forget what they're called. I think one of my grandparents had one that had like a built-in VHS tape as well. I think game is 90s. I got the black rectangle from its box. The tape inside it rustled while rewinding to the beginning. This rustle was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. What's up, Squid? Images whirled in my head. Me and Olia flying above the forest, tumbling in the soft clouds. My sister is laughing, but her smile becomes more and more forced with every passing second. I notice that the clouds underneath us part, barely the bristled pine's top. Swampy darkness slurped among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us in Olia.
Ты не смотришь без меня?
You haven't started without me, have you? Oh, it's her. My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. I rubbed my eyes.
Нет, садись.
No, come sit.
Мама с папой опять ругаются.
Mom and Dad are arguing again.
У них сейчас период
They're
такой.
going through rough times.
Глупый какой-то период.
Rough times are lame. On the screen, Wendy was hiding Peter Pan's shadow into the dresser. Oli was entertained by the cartoonish dog Nana.
Может, и нам родители собачку
Maybe Mom and Dad
купят?
will buy us a dog too.
Ага, как же.
Yeah, right.
В Небыляндии у меня будет своя
I have my own dog in the
собственная
Neverland, and a
собака.
cat, and a
И
parrot.
кошка.
Olga smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me. So they are snacking. Yeah. Wait, it's not condensed milk? So it's not milk. Wait, okay. I'm gonna have to tab out. It's gonna mess up the screen, but I'm curious. Because I've never once... I know condensed milk's usually used for an ingredient instead of recipes. Not usually used for, like, snacking. This looks like condensed milk. Is it something else? Because I mean, I don't really know what it is. Arctic milk? Okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah. I wonder how that tastes. Bleh. Oh, that sweet tea is so good.
А у тебя все молочные зубы
Have you lost all
выпали?
your baby teeth?
Конечно.
Obviously. Only a frown, deep in thought.
У Питера Пэна
Peter Pan has baby
заголовок
teeth.
целый. Вдруг со взрослыми
What if they
зубами
won't
тебя
let
не
you go
пустят
to
в
his
его
land with
страну?
adult teeth?
Мы что-нибудь обязательно
We'll think of
придумаем.
something.
Попросим папу исправить
Well,
тебе
we'll ask
возраст
Dad to
в
alter your
паспорте.
age in the passport.
С чего это папа
And
будет
why would
документы
Dad forge
подделывать?
documents? Olga took a bite from a sandwich and started talking with her mouth full.
Будет, будет.
He would.
Мама говорила, что он
He
так
would.
делал.
I heard
А
Mom
я
would.
подслушала.
I heard Mom that he did that before.
Смотри, уши
sweet?
вырастут, как у Дамбо.
Yeah, it's like sweet milk. Yeah, I've heard it's just sweet, like a sweet version of milk. I guess it is milk product. But yeah, usually I hear it being used inside of recipes, not really snacked on. And I've never really tried it by itself. I'm sure I've had it in some kind of meal. You go ears as big as Dumbo. Oli got worried and touched her ears. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watched the adventures of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook. As if she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagine myself there, in a land where no one never ages. Where no one argues over little things. Where no one listens to fights and sounds of broken plates at night. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality.
Тоша, скорее, штору задерни.
Tosha, shut the curtains fast!
Зачем?
Why?
Никто же на тебя
No
не
one's watching
смотрит.
you.
Уже темно.
It's dark,
Когда
and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared. I already see it. I already see BS eyeball. It's like pancakes? Oh, good. With pancakes? So is it like a butter? Do people use it like butter? Because I know you butter pancakes, and I know you butter bread. May not make a mess. I think I tried before. Moscow. If you traveled a lot, Astrid, I think that's really cool. I would love to travel, but I want to go to really like foreign places. The only problem I have with that is I would want to know how to speak their language at a base function, right? To be able to ask like where a restroom is, or like just basic communication, like the most basic communication. I wouldn't even know their language heavily, but I would want to be able to somewhat communicate with someone. I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. I did my best not to look outside, towards the treetops. towards the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow.
Тоша, мама думает, что я напридумывала про сову.
Hell, wait, that even you're in Moscow, BG? Is Moscow like the capital? Like, I'm pretty sure Moscow is maybe not the capital, right? But Moscow is big in Russia, right? So I think that's one of the only places I know that's inside of Russia, is Moscow. If that's even in Russia, right? Listen, I'm terrible with geography. I am terrible with geography. Like, I don't even know my own states inside of Moscow Never Sleeps. So yes. So yes, it's big. Good city? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a big city, right? A big one. I live in a very small city. Like, the only nightlife we have here is like 3 or 4 bars that close at like 2 in the morning. Tosha, Mom thinks I made the owl up.
И папа считает,
And
что
Dad,
раз я
too.
маленькая, это значит вру.
Thinks I'm a liar since I'm small.
А сова есть.
But the owl exists.
Честная,
Honestly,
честная,
honestly it
есть, а
does.
ты же мне веришь,
You do believe me, right?
что она
That it comes every night and... I swiftly grabbed Olia's hand and looked her in the eye. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities?
Я тебе верю, слышишь?
Yes, I believe you, alright.
Ты только родителям больше
Just
не
don't nag our
рассказывай
parents
про
about it anymore.
У них и так хлопот
They're already
по
dealing with a
горло,
lot,
они только
so they'll just get mad at you.
Ты мне говори, если что
Come and tell
случится.
me if anything
И
happens.
в окно не смотри.
And don't look out your window.
Но она хочет,
But
чтобы
it
я
wants me to look.
смотрела.
Перехочет.
Doesn't matter.
Притворись, что ее нет,
Act
и не
like it
было
doesn't
никогда,
exist and it
что
never
она
existed.
выдумка, как
Like it's made
родители
up.
говорят.
Just like Mom and Dad say.
Ей ждать надоест, она
It'll get
уйдет.
tired of waiting and fly away. Oh wow, we're still in here. This room does look scary. I think everything's really gray because he took those pills, alright? Well, actually, no, he's probably fine now. He's just been gray. Sorry, I'm trying to snack a little bit before the food gets really cold. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened. As if the forest didn't kidnap kids. As if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. I miss Otter. I mean, Michael. Oh my god. Listen, hey, he'll be here this weekend. Okay, we're playing Friday. Usually we play Friday and Saturday. We're probably gonna play that Dying Like the Beast Astrid, if you remember that one. The one where I was punching and he was shooting zombies. Probably play that game. Olia's eyelids had dropped. She started snoring slightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olia's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mom peeked into my room.
Довольно баловства.
Enough playing around.
Завтра первый день.
It's your first day at school tomorrow.
Ложись, тебе
Go to
надо
bed.
выспаться.
You should be sleeping properly.
Не хочешь же ты, чтобы
You don't want
тебя
to be teased for
все
being
дразнили в сон?
sleepy, right? Adults think everything's so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just part of the growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. It has come, after all. The day I feared most. The first day of school. Hey, we got through the first episode. I was waiting for him to go to school, right? Because he's already been dreading this so much. And I'm ready to get like a new environment. I'm ready for the environment to change because we're just playing inside that house right there. Episode 2. Time to play with you. That sounds definitely not bad. New school. new teachers, and most importantly, new classmates, who I always have trouble connecting with. Like most other kids with glasses, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. Dad would usually try me to my old school, but this morning the bedroom where my parents fell was silent. Did they sleep in? Maybe it's a good thing. I didn't want to get the daddy's boy's reputation from day one. My parents were probably still tucked in, dreaming about the good old days, when everything was so simple and easy. Sweet dreams, even if it was far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out of the first floor, so I wouldn't wake up anybody, especially the peaceful sleeping Olia. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. I used to play like this even in our old apartment. If my soles touched the space between floorboards, it counted as stepped in lava. The clock was spurring me on with his hands. I need to hurry. Faster, faster. I was too fast, so I needed to circle the hallway once again. Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks between floorboards. I needed to watch my step to survive at any cost. Hippity hop, like a frog jumping on molehills, like a fearful bunny in a grove full of wolves. I made a sandwich in the kitchen, shoved it down my throat and drank it down with cold tea. My appetite was as good as of someone being led up the scaffold towards a guillotine. I lowered my gaze and saw that one of my feet was standing on 2 floorboards at the same time. Burned to a crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Disgusting little snakes writhed in my belly. The fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. The clock clicked. I needed to go. It was dark outside, fitting for an early winter morning. The darkness never fully left their house around here. I took my time tying my shoes, buttoning up the puffy down jacket, trying to delay my unpleasant exit into the semi-dark, into the unnerving unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck. Oh my god, holy voice crack. We gotta do that again. I rubbed my glasses for good luck, though I couldn't remember a single time these thick pieces of glass brought me any good fortune. This kid, no, what are you doing, kid? You should definitely tell your parents about you leaving the house. Plus, if you go to school this early, usually the sun's out. Unless he's gonna walk a while. If he has a little trip to school, I'd understand leaving this early. I'm gonna end up choking on my food. Okay. The sky was akin to a giant bruise. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swelling up. It licked up stars from the sky and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was plastered all over the treetops. The cautious cries of birds got tangled up in the thicket. I locked the front door with the long key that I wore around my neck. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, being a total klutz that I am, could lose the key otherwise. The wind whizzed on the other side of the gate, and invited me into my new life, towards dubious adventures. And tagged alone like an old bushy, why did I say bush? Okay. I was doing so good. Okay, I gotta lock back in. Right after I burp. Okay. And tagged alone like an old buddy, pushing me in the back. Wide shadows that pine throughout covered a third of the clearing. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in my coat's collar. I was squeezing through the thin firebreak, my hair ruffled up and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and the canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight. The night had no plans of moving away from the forest. In this darkness, trees reminded me of the shaggy old women that smelled of burial earth. Their trunks turned into cracked, wrinkled faces with holes in the middle of their mouths. If I lost focus for even a moment, mold-covered witches would drag me into the forest's depths. then my parents would be walking around these parts screaming my name. Excuse me. But the dead can't answer the living. Or can they? A sense of panic was growing in my chest. I was fine with Dad carrying me into school in his hands by now if it saved me from watching the darkness rise up in the ravines like black dough. It felt like someone jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. As soon as I started walking faster, I heard the snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with its giant's lungs. The windfall cracked. The wind and the birds were left behind in the field. Now I could only hear the forest creak. I walked, listened closely, and the unseen presence grew stronger, as if someone was following me, trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast to hear my neck crunch. A tiny trail behind me disappeared in the darkness. Tree branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel.
Есть здесь кто?
Who's there? The question escaped my lips and dissolved into the unending creaking sound of the wooden idols. The pines around me. Why did I think going into the forest alone was a good idea? I'm either going mad, or someone had intentionally lured me away from home. Distant lights gathered. Distant lights granted me a smidgen of hope. A country road. I ran there as fast as I could, as if afraid that the trail will shrink. Clawed hands will grip me by the shoulders, turn me around, and make me look at the faces of hungry forest denizens. In the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew to the decrepit wooden bridge, disbelieving my luck. The bridge's support bathed in a spring tarry and ice cold. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest, then snorted, trying to calm my breathing. The thicket was pretending to be asleep. It looked peaceful, lifeless. The remaining part of my commute lied through a snow-laden road, illuminated by sparse lamplights. I chased away bad thoughts and ran as fast as I could, from one circle of light to another, seeking protection from electric lamps. Just like in that game, where you need to be the first to proclaim, "I'm protected," tag. Yeah, I already knew what it was. Okay. It's just in this case that protection was flimsy at best, with darkness writhing outside its bounds. Then I noticed something remarkably eerie. In a place where the light was inclined, from an inclined lamp couldn't reach, a hairy, crooked shadow came alive with a guttural roar. It almost felt like its features deterred light. Its unnatural pose instilled fear. My eyes almost popped out of their sockets as I just stood there, blinking, trying to chase away the illusion. But the shadow didn't disappear, and it even got closer. My insides were gripped by horror. I stepped back and almost fell into the snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice.
Чего крадешься?
Sneaking around, huh? Trying to steal my soul? Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such a silky voice here? Between the forest and the dormant village?
Чего молчишь?
Will you say something, dummy?
Язык
The cat got your tongue?
слушай.
Alright. I bought off your nose then.
Будешь знать, как совать
That'll
его
teach you not to poke in places it doesn't belong. The girl stood before me, judging from the voice and the silhouette. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl, before noticing a gaping mouth under her hood with something dangerous and shining inside. I was stunned. From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring straight at me. It's just her jaws weren't moving and her eyes weren't blinking. A mask. It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, a nervous smile involuntarily crept onto my face. If you like the game, the ending of episode 5 will be out. Is that the actual ending, Pidgey? Or do you even know, like, because I know this game wasn't finished. I know that so far from what I've seen. I'm liking it so far. It's just I have so much trouble reading it because listen, I yap a lot, but I don't read a lot because usually even when I'm speaking, I don't think about the words that are coming out of my mouth. I just say stuff. But this requires me to like lock in with my brain. Let me get a jacket real quick. I'm getting kind of cold. Okay. My AC kicked on and it's like freezing my ass off. Because is there only going to ever be 5 episodes? Because what, I'm on episode 2 so far? Yeah, this game's not going to take too long to beat. If I really pay attention and like lock in and not get distracted. Okay. Get a swig. I was just going to school and then you... What about me? Never seen a fox feed a dog? And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's legs. One of the strays that were chasing me yesterday, probably. Sorry. I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered its ears, sniffed me out, and then started wagging its tail. I guess I still smelled of bologna that I ate for breakfast. I was shifting my gaze back and forth from the dog to the girl. She didn't seem scary anymore, just weird.
Значит, не хотел. Ну-ну.
So you didn't mean to, huh?
Как тебя зовут?
What's your name? I'm Anton. And you? And I'm not. She's weird. Definitely has a couple loose screws. But she has a nice voice. My astonishment has turned into a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, if a bit eccentric. I was also a bit angry at myself. Did he say she's human? Yeah, saying definitely human. Huh. This foxy girl was walking around the darkness without a problem, and I shuddered from every little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl has piqued my interest. Next time a police officer asks me about my friends at a new place, I'll tell him that I befriended a talking fox. Do you live around here? In the village? The fox giggled and purred. She spun around so hard the hem of her coat lifted up. No, dummy. Foxes don't live in villages. So you live in the forest then? Have you been living under a rock? It's obvious that foxes can't survive anywhere near humans. As long as they're foxes. Our jokes were also weird. Just like a carnival mask. Paper mache with fur glued onto it. A dog reminded us of its existence with a loud bark. I unfastened my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my acknowledgement. Cookies, apples, or even my favorite, crab sticks. He called it a gift from the bunny. Treat from the bunny. The uneaten part of a business lunch or treat specifically brought for children. Parents would tell their children that a bunny asked them to deliver said treat. It would also be any other animal. Interesting. I'm wondering if these are like Russian things, right? Because if that's the case, that's kind of interesting. If it's like incorporating into the story and I can like literally read about it right there. The stray strolled towards me with mincing footsteps, with a pleading look in its eyes. The fox did definitely treat it to something, but it was probably still hungry. Why are you dressed like this so early in the morning? Oh wait, that's me. Fuck. Why are you dressed like this so early in the morning? Going to a costume party? The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose, and her human form along with them, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox. Agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation and you'll be ripped to shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I couldn't help but just stand there as a stump. I heard a calm, melodic laughter hidden underneath the beastly mask.
Видел бы ты
I
свои
wish you could have seen your own mask, sweetie. Did you say sweetie? I got embarrassed. Went right up to my hair roots. We'd seen a fox in the zoo once. When we went there with Dad, but it was patchy fur. But it had patchy fur, it was gray and skinny. But this girl was a fiery color and furry. Just like in real fairy tales. Just like in fairy tales, I don't know where I got real. I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers, that were searching for dog treats, stumbled upon a soft, crumpled object.
Ничего.
You'll see.
Скоро
The real beast will wake up soon.
Спроси-ка
You should ask them.
у них, где они взяли
You should ask
свои
them where they got their human
человеческие
faces. The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamp's light. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my findings in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. Cold wind instantly covered the whole crate with snow. The dog rushed to dig it out, wanting to get its treat. And the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed, I wanted to sink through the snow. It was still dark outside of the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in the inkness. I did my best to continue the conversation with the weird girl I don't know.
Ты в школу идешь?
So, are you going to school?
Ах,
Oh my,
какой
you are a real
дурачок,
dummy.
так ничего
Don't you
и
get
не
it?
понял.
Well, I was trying to be friendly, but you can't stop mocking me. Calling me a dummy and all. I should have just moved along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog.
А ты чего обзываешься?
Why are you so mean?
Не хочешь отвечать?
Don't answer if you don't want to.
Пожалуйста. Никто не
It's
требует.
not like I care. Still, something froze me in place, tugged me towards the dark figure. A mysterious appearance. Her voice that was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I watched her as people watch fires burn.
Ой, да не дуйся.
Stop pouting.
Види,
Look here.
ты нравишься Жульке.
Zolka took a liking to you. The dog was digging through the snow with sharp movements, snoring loudly. The fox turned around and looked at the window of nearby houses as its timbered front through the white mist. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamp's light.
И не
And maybe someone else too. I went red again, like a bold crayfish this time. Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hope that the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment from the girl. I cleared my throat before asking,
А кому еще
who's
я
that person? I waited, counted my heartbeats. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's window. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder what she could see in those winter paintings. The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. It ran to me, holding my object in her jaws. A mitten. I knew it was gonna be the mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What's it doing here? No, it looked closer. I realized it was just my mitten. Okay, I'm lying. Maybe Mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep. A certain missing boy immediately came to mind.
Эй, ты знаешь что-нибудь
Hey.
про Вову?
Do you know anything about Vova? Oh, why would you ask a fox? I imagined the scene, silhouettes dancing in the clearing. The dance on the night when Vova disappeared. A boy, who when found can provide a big reward and maybe save my family. I remember my birthday, when our parents promised to take me and Olya to Disneyland in Paris. But instead of a long anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console. Visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to take me to the promised amusement park. That was the first time when Mom and Dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. If only I could fix everything, gather everybody I love and take them to Disneyland.
В ночь, когда пропал Вова,
On the
я
night
кажется,
Vova had
видела
disappeared,
какого-то
I
похожего
think I
на
saw
тебя
someone
высокого
looking like you
молодого.
dancing under my window. It wouldn't be true, but I felt like her mask became even more sly. The fox just stiffing me out.
А что?
Oh,
Ты тогда
I
испугался
got you worried?
за себя
For
или
yourself
за
or for
кого-то
someone
еще?
else? Olya. As soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened, and cold sweat steamed down my spine.
Ну так слушай
Well
меня
then, listen
внимательно,
closely.
мальчик по
A boy
имени
named
Антон.
Anton.
Это большой
This is a
и
big
страшный
and
лес.
scary forest. Fox Girl stepped forward menacingly.
И я,
And I'm not,
и
it's only Tenant.
единственный. Другие звери уже
The other
знают
beasts
о
already
тебе.
know about you.
Берегись
Beware.
нас.
We'll come again tonight.
Ночью.
I shouldn't have talked to this evil child form, I thought, panicking.
Пока ты со своей семьей
When you and your parents will be fast asleep, we'll sneak really close and dance.
Макарену.
Macarena.
Чё?
Huh?
Эй, Макарена!
She's making a joke. Oh my god, is she making a joke?
У тебя прямо челюсть отвисла, Антоша!
Look at you, your mouth is agape. Antosha?
Видел он меня ночью у своего окна. Ага.
He saw me near his window at night. Yeah, right.
А ты случаем не
Are
местный
you,
дурачок?
by chance, a dimwit? Nobody would let me go outside that late.
Здесь,
Children go
знаешь,
missing here, you know? I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by her silly joke. She got me scared to death.
Ой, да не тереби ты окуляры
Hey,
свои.
why don't you stop fondling your glasses?
Раньше тоже.
I was also nearsighted once.
Лучше послушай
Listen to me and maybe you'll become smarter.
лисичку, как
Remember
обычно
what-
называют?
Remember what do they call foxes?
Плутовка?
Cunning? My words seemed to hurt her. Hey, what did you...
Ой, прости.
Sorry? Her laughter was akin to a jingle of pair of silver bells.
Да шучу я.
Just pulling your leg.
Конечно,
Of course we're
потом,
cunning.
если ты ловчий
If you're
зверь,
agile and brave enough to
не
befriend a cunning fox, I'll help you look for Voba.
Ты же неспроста.
There's a reason why you're doing it, right? I shrugged in reply. Inside was alarming.
Знаю, почему
I know why
дети
children
родились
have been
хорошо.
swarming our forest recently.
Порой там можно
Sometimes you can find a lot of interesting stuff there.
Я вот однажды
One day,
нашла
I saw a huge pile of candy once and I swam in it until my jaw was cramped. A pile of candy? I couldn't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, a fake one this time.
Смотрите-ка, какой недоверчивый.
So wary.
Ну-ну,
Well,
что ты на
we say
это
to this then.
скажешь?
She held a hand in a furry mitten. There was a assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like this sold at the market or at kiosks. Bubblegum to vodka. Vodka kiosk? So yeah, that definitely said 90s, so this game is based around the 90s. Trying to stuff my face. Okay. I saw my favorite bubblegum in a vivid wrapper among the tasty treasures. A familiar name was on it, Turbo. A triangular fox face poked her nose towards me.
Угощайся,
Take some.
у меня их
My pockets are full of these. I'm good. Well, actually, listen. If I ever ran into a real life fox that was talking like a human, okay? Even if this is just a lady with a fox mask on, the last thing I'm doing is taking candy from her. That thing's laced. That's gonna be the most laced candy I've ever known. We are definitely not taking it.
Нет, спасибо. Я...
No thanks, I didn't want to offend the first person I made contact with in this new place, but I also didn't want to take gum off the hands of some weird girl. What if she found it in a pile of snow? Or what if it's a prank candy? The kind that blows up in your face when you unwrap it.
У меня на сладкое аллергия.
I'm allergic to sweets.
Ай,
What? She sounded puzzled.
ты чего?
Are you
Живешь в
living in the
мире
world of
таблеток и
pills and
микстур?
mixtures?
Ну, в
Well,
целом, да.
more or less. Fox whistled. Her palms were empty now. It floated in the air, catching snowflakes now that all the candy had suddenly disappeared.
И Новый год у вас
And you only
правда
celebrate New
раз в
Year's
12
once in 12 months, right?
месяцев. И есть эти
You have those... She clicked her fingers trying to remember something.
понедельники.
Mondays?
Ага.
Yeah. Where is this going? I smiled.
О, как
Man, you're a
всё
difficult
запущено.
case.
Вам бы, юноша,
I prescribe you a kilo of chocolate to battle your boredom, young man. Who are you? I refrained from asking that question. She wouldn't answer anyway, or she'll just lie. I really wanted to see what's behind the mask. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't just a simple young girl. What if Vova also found a snow pile of sweets and is now rolling in it? Actually, what if he decided to stay in the forest? It must be so cold without his second mitten then. The wind caught her words like smoke from a fire and carried them deep into the forest, to the creepy thicket. The trees behind me creaked with their bony branches. Or what if something happened to him along the way? Something terrible. The forest reacted to her words, became alive. It sniffed me out, perking up its ears, just like a curious beast. The fox girl pierced me with her eyes again. Wild beasts? You find that scary? Well, I don't know. He doesn't know. Oh my. Have I befriended a dunce? I didn't like being called a dunce, yet being friends with her sounded nice. My grades are good. Really now? Will you come with me? Good grades, Anton? We'll find your Vova and you'll be able to ask him what he found in the deep forest. As long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest. You'll see. Worms of worry writhed in my belly. Better run, whispered my mind. I don't believe you. Do you take me for a liar? Whatever. You're just like everybody else. You might actually be a woman then. She's talking like this. Get out, stupid fox. Keep talk. I want to go to school. Yes, this lady is this fox. I'm not even calling her lady. It's just interrupting me trying to go to school, bro. She's cock blocking me from school. She just tried kidnapping me, okay? She's trying to kidnap me. The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know if it was genuine. She turned around, as if she'd immediately lost all interest in me. I remembered my dad's favorite saying, "Where are your manners, son?" Indeed, this fox was kind to me. Please don't get mad. Foxes can also be nice, like in fairy tales. I just need to know what kind of fox you are. The girl giggled, hiding the nose of her mask in her hands. Then follow me into the forest, and you'll get to know me. But not right now. When it gets bright, I mean, your whole body is shaking, you poor thing. I don't want you to get a stroke. Hey, let me accompany you to school. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear that almost ran away from me. Well, we're going in the same direction. We went towards the school and the last dawn, I don't know if that was an O or an A. Here and there, the lights came on in the windows of houses we passed, as if the inhabitants were sending us warning signs. Silhouettes lurked behind curtains. Dogs let out an occasional bark. Spirals of gray smoke rose from chimneys. TVs bustled and dishes clanked in kitchens. We watched the village slowly rise from its slumber, while carefully treading the snowy wheel trails. I walked in the left one, and she took the right one. The dog was following right behind us. I expected the fox to bring us somewhere weird again, but she stayed silent. Bring up something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way to school, as if playing with me some game only she was privy to. She would only giggle from time to time, when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell on its nose. I was the first to break the silence. So, what's your name? Here it comes. Names, names, names. You always need to put labels on everything. What name would you give a fox like me? I don't know. But I've read about Elisa the fox. You know what? I don't mind. I'll be Elisa. I can understand if she was joking or not. I turned around, as if looking for an answer from the dog, from the dark sky devoid of dawn. My silent questions were left unanswered. Oh yeah, it's pretty base. This looked like Russia. A guy smoking outside of the school. Or no, he's definitely smoking. Wait, they're smoking on the... Okay, those look like thugs. What kind of grade range is this? Because if I'm in 6th grade, those guys look at least like freshmen. I mean, I think they're smoking. No middle schooler, no child is smoking. Well, I guess maybe in Russia. The school's outline was already in sight. A giant brick box stuck in the endless night. Lights in its windows didn't bode well for me. The warden trees were guarding the school grounds. Yeah, smoke. Screams, childish laughter, and someone's whistling tore up the silence. I went here with Mom when we just moved, and the place looked cozy at the time. Empty corridors that smelled of polished, puffy white snow outside. The second time I came alone to get the books, I just kept on imagining my peers, rolling down the railing, grade schoolers, running to the library, and teachers, marching down the corridor of the air, with the air of self-importance around them. High schoolers were smoking at the entrance, and track pants and wool caps perched on their foreheads. I knew they were high schoolers. Their appearance destroyed the last of hopes of a cozy school. That's what I would think too. That's exactly what I would think if I was a little kid. Their stingy eyes and the teeth, yellow from nicotine. Their smirks, all of it had the same gloomy effect as the cloudy winter morning. Absorbed by my own thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion. Where to forget the backyard after school? Near the hanged man.
Возле кого?
Near what? She just ignored my question. Don't be late. I hesitated. Blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that when I would have trouble choosing between two options. Thinking about Mom helped me reply.
Я после школы сразу
I'm going
домой.
straight home after school. Whoa, Antosha. I'm gonna let you off the hook. But the others will creep up to you with their smiles and sink their teeth into you. Won't be able to shake them off so easily. Remember my words. The fox opened her mouth in a wide yawn. What kind of trick is this? Someone running in the distance called out my name. I instinctively turned around. A huge snowball whizzed past my shoulders and hit the dog. It whimpered and ran to the spring. It whimpered and ran toward the spring. What's the spring? The darkness devoured it. Probably the forest, right? The fox girl was also nowhere to be seen. She dissolved in the frosty air. Or was she hiding in my shadow? After taking a deep breath, I went towards the school. Towards the cutlets and dough. Towards the light raining down on the snow. Whose nest is this, I wonder? A thieving magpie? Then it probably has all sorts of shiny things in it. Pieces of colorful glass, bottle caps, polished coins, or child braces. A tall man was standing near the gate, puffing out clouds of smoke into the wind. He didn't look like a teacher. Was he a PE guy? Maybe? God, I didn't expect him to look at me. I carefully studied his face that looked like it was cut from a piece of granite, and his hair lip that was holding down a cigarette. He was playing around with his car keys and staring back at us. The light from the cigarette was reflected in his eyes that were sitting deep in his eye sockets. I froze in place. The hulking man lazily tore off his eyes from us and walked towards the road. There was a fresh-looking Volga parked nearby, with one of its front wheels porched up on the icy curb. Black like Sooth. Sooth. I don't know what Sooth is. As if it was straight out of a horror story Dad loved to tell me when we hid in the attic during a thunderstorm. I remember him always wearing a sad smile while mentioning the black car that snatched children. He would say, "It looks like a funeral car on the inside, white curtains and all. And it has DCC, or DSC, on its license plate. Do you know what that means? Death to Soviet children." Funny. I was born in the USSR too. I didn't understand a bit of that either. I don't know the Russian stuff. I don't know Russian history or anything. I hardly know my own history. Okay, we done it all. Well, actually, I gotta look at these kids. A buzzing crowd of upperclassmen with their winter hats tipped to the side. I better not draw their attention. Well, that's it, okay. We're gonna get bullied immediately. Those high schoolers are gonna curb stomp us. I can hear muffled voices behind the doors. Saw blinking lamps. Darkness creeped along the windows as if it felt like the school was drifting in open space like a lonely, lost spaceship. Okay. After going up to the second floor, I noticed a crowd around the notice board. Everyone was taking part in a lively discussion. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone else was interested in the wall of back. Let me just read this whole entire... Wait. If murderers are funny, then our main murderer is... He has a funny story? If murderers are funny... Pidgey, I'm sure it's some kind of, like, serial killer, right? I wouldn't say any serial killers are funny. Wait, why hear noises? Okay, hold up. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone was interested in through a wall of backpacks. There was a piece of paper with something printed on it, glued to the left of the notice board. Attention, child missing. Vova Machu... I cannot... 10 years old. Vova, 10 years old. Grade 4. He left his home on January... Wait, it's gonna read it. Child missing. Volta... Well, that was his name. 4th grader. On that grainy print, Vova looked dead, with a black mouth and dark, empty eye sockets. Could it be that the darkness dwelling deep in the forest invaded his pores and mutilated his face? A plastic toy gun couldn't protect him from the whispering branches and the howling wind. Empty eyes of the lost boy pierced through my soul, as if pleading. Unable to meet his stare, I turned around and rushed to the window. Took a seat on the windowsill. The corridor was slowly filling up with children, in groups of few. Nobody paid me any mind. In the darkness of school, toilets, child voices were hammering in nursing rhyme. For the fox and for the bear, bunny tasty meals prepare. I turned my head towards them, trying to get a better look at the features. But then my attention was stolen by a loud clicking sound. A female teacher marched down the corridor, with her chin raised up high. Her heels were hitting the floor like miniature hoofs. A girl was trailing her every step. She was also looking pompous, stopping along the way and whispering some secrets in her friend's ear. She was probably a class rep since she was carrying an attendance registry book.
Екатерина, возьми, пожалуйста.
How do I say that name? Ekaterina? We're gonna call her Tarina. Okay, her name is Tarina now. Tarina, take this, please. The teacher opened the classroom door and the crowd of children swarmed in, screaming and pushing. Out of all of them, a tall, redheaded fat boy caught my attention. Hi, little fatty. His face was full of blisters. He looked like the insides of a pomegranate. A bad feeling risen up the hair on the back of my head. I've seen boys like him before. Unsettled eyes, cackling laughter. The girl who was smaller, a copy of the teacher, warned the boy with a wave of her hand and entered the room through the cheering and the crowd. Some other guy stood in the way of the crowd and the redhead immediately shoved him. Move your legs, moron! The boy flew head first, filling his hands, trying to keep his balance. The fatso burst out laughing, and a couple of kids joined his nasty cackling. Their laughter sounded like someone was snipping with huge garden scissors. The classroom sucked all of the kids in. The corridor stood empty. I wanted to grow roots and stay on the windowsill. Just a handful of lampposts outside were battling the darkness, writhing like fluorescent fish in the black ocean. Maybe I can still run away. Go outside. Dissolve in the dark. I imagine myself running through snow. How it squeaks under my oh my god, how it squeaks under my boots. And how I'm becoming lighter and lighter with every step. The ringer trill blew the illusion away. I tore myself from the window with great effort. Then took a couple of deep breaths, trying at least to calm down my mad pulse and entering the classroom. Of course the bully's fat and ugly. They just had to make it fat and ugly. Whatever. The prim teacher looked at me over the frame of her glasses, clearly annoyed. I'm the transfer student. I was told to come here. The snowy forest trail was winding in front of my eyes. The pines rustled, but it didn't sound predatory anymore. She buried herself in the register. She buried herself in the register and flicked through the
А
pages.
фамилия-то как?
Your last name.
Петров.
Petrov.
Громче говори.
Ah. What are you mumbling there?
Чего мямлишь?
Say it clearly.
Петров.
Petrov.
Нет
Petrov.
такого.
You're not on the list. She measured me with a long and heavy stare, as if trying to see if I was lying. I wanted to sink through the floor. Hazy faces observed all of that from the left. The classroom breathed and snorted in unison, like a living organism, like a dangerous beast.
Ты не ошибся?
Are you sure?
Нет такого в
I
списке.
don't have you in my register. My knees chose the worst time to start shaking, and I felt dizzy. Your surname is Morozov? Morozov? Was that like similar to the one they said? That's kind of similar, yeah. That's just a P. There's just like an M and more. Petrov? More. I don't know. There's no way I can actually say these correctly. There's such like a... I think they roll their tongues a lot, I'm hearing. Or like they almost roll their tongues in a lot of the words. I clenched my fist so hard my knuckles became white.
Мне сказали, 204 кабинет, Лилия Павловна, 6 В.
It's not rolling the tongue. It's doing something with the tongue. I can hear it. I just don't. I don't know. I can't fucking place my finger on what they're doing. They told me to come to the classroom 204 to ask for Lilia Pavlovna. Class 6C. Apparently everyone in the classroom took my words for some sort of joke, because they were all laughing.
Что за бардак?
What's wrong with this school? The classroom fell silent. The kids hid their smirk for a better occasion.
Понаберут студентов.
Why do we hire so many interns?
Только знают, что губяки своим
They all know how to...
А я разгребай, значит.
They all know... No. Okay, there's a typo. They all know how to put lipstick all over their bulging lips. But when it comes to real problems, I have to solve everything.
А бумаги-то кто заполнять будет? Не первый раз
How did they
ведь
send
уже.
you here without any proper paperwork? Ugh, we've had the same thing happen so many times already.
Подожди здесь.
Wait here, I'll be
Сейчас.
back.
Сейчас я им
After.
устрою.
After I have a little chat with them. The teacher flew past me, mumbling something to herself in righteous anger. I was left standing at the center of the classroom, like a convict in front of a firing squad. I lowered my gaze, feeling the mocking stares from all around the classroom directed at me. They prickled my skin, dancing on it like laser sights. Once again, I imagined running far away from this place, fighting the clawing wind, soaring high above the pines in one long jump. With the wind at my back as my only companion. The eyes of my future classmates were asking, this new boy, is he one of us or is he an outsider? Somebody whispered something and stifled laughter rolled through the classroom.
Доску вытри!
Wipe the board. It was easy to guess who was the main prankster here.
Эй, очкарик!
Hey, Four Eyes.
Ты чё?
Are you
Не только
not only
слепой,
blind, but
но
also
ещё и
deaf?
глухой? Доску
I said
вытри,
wipe the
говорю!
board. My knees weren't the only part shaking in my body anymore. I was trembling from head to toe, and I prayed for the teacher to come back sooner. My prayers were answered by the power that be.
Ну что мне с тобой делать-то?
And what should I do with you now?
Куда сажать, а?
Where will you sit?
Давай-ка сядь, наверное.
Oh well, you can
с
sit with
Семёном.
Simon, I guess.
Он все равно один.
He's alone anyway.
Ещё
I'm
чего?
gonna call him Simeon, actually. No way. Don't tell me it's a fat, ugly dude. Oh my god. The fatster put his backpack on the seat beside him in defiance, scratching his belly and smirked.
Ты опять за старое?
Are you back in your old tricks?
Снова бабушку в
Should I
школу
call your
вызывать?
grandma here again? Classroom went silent.
Чё она мне
And what's she
сделала?
gonna do?
Не она, так я тебе
I'll be the one to do
сделаю.
something if she doesn't.
Рюкзак убрал
Put away your
быстро.
backpack now. Simeon didn't move a muscle. He started studying the portraits of writers on the wall looking bored. I needed to do something to resolve this somehow, to save myself.
Я...
I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice that sounded nothing like me.
Я могу за
I could
последнюю
sit in the
парту
last
сесть.
row.
Там, кажется,
I think
свободно.
there's a free seat. Teacher snorted loudly. She looked at me, then Simeon, then looked back at me.
Ладно.
Fine.
Садись пока туда.
Go there for now.
А с тобой, бабуля,
And you,
мы еще
Babarin,
поговорим.
I'll have a talk with you later.
Чтобы подошел после урока.
Come to me after class.
Будешь по
I'll be
классу
cleaning duty, got it?
ясно?
Simeon forced out a twisted smile. Juicy pimples were growing on the tip of his nose, ripe for the taking. I walked carefully, afraid to stumble and fall, causing another outburst of laughter in front of everybody. I took my seat at the back, the last table, where I was met with a pile of old posters. The outcasts took their seats, and the class was ready to start.
Вот и хорошо. Начнем урок.
Now this is settled, let's start the class.
Тема.
Today's theme is traditions of Russian and international literature and Zoshenko's Don't Lie. Fat, ugly bastard. The fatso turned back to me. His stare informed me of the coming days, weeks, and months of bullying. I've got my eye on you, said his watery look. Did homeboy why is there white liquid in this notebook? After just a couple of periods, I had already noticed a huge yellow spit stain in my notebook. Then, at the cafeteria, this Simeon accidentally spilled a glass of compote on me. Compote, a dessert drink brewed from a mix of dry fruits and berries. And then he floated his hands around after exiting the toilet so some of the liquid from his hands would get on me. He pissed on his hand and flung it at you. He hit you with a piss rocket. Just before the final period for today, Simeon pushed me into a buzzing crowd of girls from our class. My guy got a handful and a face full of titties. The class rep. This guy's cooked. Listen, I was doubting and kind of not understanding why he was so anxious to go to school. And this is his first day. And he's already sexually harassing other students. What the hell? They made way, cursing, but I couldn't hold my balance and ended up ramming my face into the girl I took for the class rep before, right in her chest. Ow. I immediately stepped back, dying from embarrassment. I'm sorry, are you alright? She suddenly put her hands on her hips. Would you look at him? Groping me in front of everyone. I'll tell my mom. They'll expel you, pervert. There was some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she was a child who was about to put a lit-up match to the chafer beetle. I don't know what that is. I didn't mean to. He pushed me. We all saw that, you know. No blind among us. She stared at my glasses while showing me a creepy smile. I started to fume on the inside. Simeon's laughter cooled my head. I pushed you. You sure? He swaggered up to me, enveloped me in the smell of sunflower seeds and rotting teeth, and then pushed me to the ground. Like this, huh? What you gonna do now? The bully towered over me, as if saying, come on, hit me. Let me see you try. We're not gonna do. Listen, we're gonna be the better man, okay? Listen, we gotta be the better man. Don't swing unless swung on. I breathed in loudly, stood up, massaged my temples. Simeon made a mocking face, as if asking me wordlessly, and what are you gonna do about it? I looked at his red fist that seemed to be big to me at the moment and realized if I said even a single word, I'd get hit. And then he'll keep on hitting me until I cry. Maybe that won't stop him. Nobody was gonna help me. Sorry. I tripped. What a pathetic squeak. If it actually burned up from shame, I would have been reduced to cinders by now. Learn how to walk. Blind rat. Lowered my eyes and squeezed past Simeon. He showered me with the smell of decaying teeth. Bye-bye, sucker. The fatso let a loud snort behind my back. My muscles become wooden, and I felt him wiping his hand on my back. I continued walking. You really didn't insult you, don't know how to stand up for yourself? I was being the better man. I continued walking, listening to the meaning smirks of from all sides. It was even worse than I expected. I was late to leave the school after classes on purpose. Simeon didn't attend the last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge the cleaning duty and ran home, reading all about me? This was a relief. I didn't want to meet him in the empty hallway. The smirks of my classmates stood before my eyes like overturned horseshoes. My class had a lot of fun at my expense, but those who missed the show were asking the others to describe my bullying in full detail. I should have just transferred into school for freaks. I'd be less conspicuous among hunchbacks, lame legs, and disfigured. That was a mouthful. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I was pretending to skim through my books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Simeon was nowhere to be found in the front yard or near the school gate. I didn't really care I was this lucky. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stayed for some more time in the corridor that was gradually getting less crowded. All of the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton peeking out of the biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with the American condor on his head. The sound of running water were coming from the bathroom. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone. A sudden thought came to my mind. I remembered the missing boy. His portrait was in the notice board near the schedule. UK man say BRB, not BRB. Pidgey, you are so right. Listen, next time we see Mandor, we both have to make fun of him. Okay, Pidgey? UK man did say to be right back. There was no back, okay. He should have just said bye. Oh, what an ass hat. That's what we say. I remember the missing boy. His I thought. I remember his smile. So yeah, he's already freaking out now. The moment he's alone, he's starting to tweak. Him looking at me. The fact that he's most likely already dead. See, there's a little bit of bad. What's the word? Translation, right? Which has been mostly fine. It does tongue tie me a lot though, if it's kind of weirdly worded. And the fact that he's most likely dead already.
Привет.
Hello? Привет. See, I heard it. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I've definitely, that's the only word I've actually come to recognize though. I shuddered and turned around. At first, my eye stumbled upon the black violin case. Then I noticed a girl from my class was holding it. She sat in the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. And I was sneaking glances at her myself. Sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty. The spring, the sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Simeon's jokes. And she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of the other people in Katya. She spent all the break just like me, staying in the classroom, or looking at looking in the window, or drawing something in her green notebook.
Здравствуй.
Hello? I turned red and pretended I was studying the pattern of the wooden floor.
Я видела, как
I saw
тебя
Baburin push you.
Ты в порядке?
You alright? But my head hurt, but it wasn't all that much uncomfortable.
В порядке.
Can you drink a beer and read faster? Astrid, if I drink any more beer, and no, am I actually reading too slow? Because I'm trying to slow down purposefully. You're gonna watch. I'm gonna try to speed up, and I'm gonna fuck everything up. Watch this. Okay, I'm giving you an example, and I've only had 1.5 beers tonight. I'm fine.
Пустяк.
It's nothing.
Ага, пусть
It's definitely not nothing.
Этот придурок
That idiot can't
последний
control
день
himself
совсем
at all lately.
распоясался.
You should have punched him back.
Угу.
I wouldn't reply.
Вроде Семён
Simeon
ещё
wasn't like that
нет.
before.
Он к нам
He also
недавно
transferred here
приехал.
just recently.
Бабушка
His
мне
grandma
написала
told
и
me
сказала, что он словно
that it almost
взбесился.
felt like he went mad. I started shoving books in my backpack to at least push something into my hands. The girl looked at me with her clear, attentive eyes.
А ты за рекой живешь?
Do you live over the river?
В том
In
деревянном
that
доме?
wooden house?
Ну да.
Yeah.
Там, наверное,
Must be scary living there.
страшно. Да ещё через
And you
лес.
also have to cross the forest.
Я бы так
I
не
wouldn't
смогла.
be able to do that. I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of the intertwined branches of a snake-like trail and endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. BRB, really want to go by. Energetic, because I want to drink. Wait, like energy drink? Want to go by energetic? Like a monster? Well, actually, Pidgey, it's about 7 o'clock, so I probably won't be on by the time you come back, Pidgey. Please tell me you're still here, so you're not coming back and expecting me here. So I should have lied. Like, yes. Okay, yeah, Pidgey. I probably will get off in the next 10 minutes. It's about 7 o'clock my time. And, you know, I got work and all that shit tomorrow. So I likely won't see you for the rest of the night, Pidgey. So. BRB. Buying toothpicks. For my... Toothpicks? for your eyelids. Are you taking one out of Danny's book and just saying random stuff? Buying toothpicks? Okay. Yeah, you have a good night, Pidgey. You have a good night. I should make sure you weren't to come back and, like, yeah, expect me to still be on. Yeah, you have a good night.
Да не так уж там и
It's
страшно.
not that scary.
А что тебя так
What's so
пугает?
scary about it for you? She smiled after a brief pause. As if brushing off a daydream.
Да так,
Bleh.
ничего.
Well, actually, never mind.
Меня, кстати, Полина
My
зовут.
name's Paulina, by the way.
А меня Антон.
And I'm Anton.
Ну, это я
I already know
знаю.
that.
Ой,
Oh,
мне на музыку
I have to go to music class. She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters, the actresses from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamp, she looked much more alluring.
А ты играешь на чем-нибудь?
Can you play anything? My parents bought me a guitar a couple of years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts to making music. Change. We're all waiting for change. Soy's song echoes my thoughts and my desires to change something. A singer in front of a man in popular Soviet rock band Kino that played a mix of new wave and post-punk. Their hit song, Changes, is one of the most popular rock tracks in the new Russian era. Died in a car accident. Unfortunate. That guitar got lost somewhere, as they're refusing to move to the old house near the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone that needed it more.
Увы, не играю.
I don't, sadly.
Жалко.
I pity.
Ну ладно.
Oh well,
Я
I'll be
побежала.
going.
Пока.
Bye. Her shout was captured by a loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school's hallway.
Пока.
Bye. I wasn't sure if Paulina heard me. Looked out the window again. Oh. That's totally unsettling. Oh, I'm sorry. Simon would always say. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Simeon would say while shoving me off the staircase in a way that would break my neck. Or, oops, didn't mean that, after spilling compote on me in the cafeteria. This kept happening every day. I relaxed for a moment because of the strings of coincidences. And to my horror, I realized that it was only going to get worse and I couldn't do anything about it. I always walked looking down at school and counted down the minutes till classes ended. Only in a rare moment when I caught Paulina's look at me, I choked from embarrassment and was ready to fight. But as if to mock me, nothing happened. Then my rage subsided and everything returned to normal. I always went home alone. First, I slipped through the village, then over the bridge across the river, and then, finally, through the forest. The road slithered between the trees for about 10 minutes. There was no passerbys, only cars slowly crawled past me, as if afraid to sink in snow. I tried walking as fast as possible, because branches, white from the snow, and the black trunks created an illusion of something wandering the forest. Somebody tall, sneaky, who could turn into a tree or a snow pile, and then, when nobody is looking at them, continue their journey along the road.
Ну, здорово, Антошка.
Yo, Antoshka. My heart nearly skipped. We're about to get beat down. Oh my god, he's following me? Oh yeah, we're getting beat down. We're getting beat down. From the darkness behind the pines, just like Caveman from the cave, appeared smirking Simeon, with a bunch of his cronies.
Опачки, какая встреча!
And who do we have here? Check out this four-eyed freak! Yeah, he's missing teeth. Look at this fucking bozo, bro. What a little goblin. They surrounded me. He's got North Face. No, he's got North Fake. Never mind. The North Fake. They sounded like a carnivorous pride, making me step back. The smell of sweat and tobacco attacked my nostrils. The inside of my mouth felt salty, as if I'd licked a battery.
Глядите на этого
Look at this
сопляка,
sucker,
пацаны.
guys.
В школе так
He tripped so hard at
споткнулся,
school that he
что
broke the
паркет
floor.
помял. А ремонтировать
Who will repair it
кто
now? Will you pay for it, wimp?
Не бзди, мы тебя правильно
Don't you
хотим
worry.
научить.
We'll teach you how to walk, alright? Yeah, we're getting beat the fuck up. Simeon brought a sizable signet ring with some geometric shape carved into it. Carved it in... Okay, hold up. I'm trying to read this again. Simeon brought a sizable signet ring with some geometric shape carved in it up to my face.
Ща порожь
In a moment.
этой печати.
Damn! I'm not saying I can't. That's a
Клеймо
ban.
на всю жизнь
That's a banned
останется.
word on Twitch. Oh my, I cannot say that. In a moment, I'll hit your F slur face so hard, it'll leave a mark for the rest of your life. Stop. Hey, Wheezy. A wheezy whisper left my lips, and my head tilted forward, hitting Simeon's fist. Red sparks flew from my eyes. They're going to gang up on me and beat me up.
Яша, подсоби.
Give me a hand. Biasha, give me a hand. Simeon gave me a rough push towards the bastard with the slanted eyes, and he tripped me. I fell in the sharp crust of ice, and the fatso stepped on my hand, preventing from getting up. A painful groan escaped my throat.
Слыхали, как заныл?
Do you hear him whimper?
А ты
Is he
случайно
actually a
не
F slur or something? I started to lose breath from anger and resentment. The pain was growing. My ear was hot and pulsating pain was shooting through it. Like it was cut off and a ball of nettle was sewn in its place.
Ты молчишь,
Why so
Антошка?
silent, Antoshka?
Отвечай.
Come on,
Ведь
tell us, are you a F slur? This moment I felt pure, unbridled rage, an amalgamation of my anger. Like the Sprouts ink. It rose up from the depths of my mind, filling all of my thoughts.
Глория!
Morons.
Знаете,
Did you know that my dad
это педик.
is also F slur? Simeon burst out laughing. This became the last straw. Fear and anger were grappling inside me like mad dogs.
Он айкидо занимался. Поняли?
He knows Aikido, got it?
Он еще воевал.
And he's a vet.
Таких, как вы, с
He'll kill the
закрытыми
likes of
глазами
you with his
убивает.
eyes
Я только
closed.
слово скажу,
One word from me
он-
and he'll... The boy in a tracksuit raised his hand, stopping the torrent of lies. He made a couple of steps forward. Simeon slightly backed off, giving me an opportunity to stand up. It was a surprise for me. Seems like Berberin wasn't the leader of the gang. In reality, they were all listening to the boy who was looking like a small carnivore with very strong, sharp teeth. Pines were swaying back and forth like solemn guardians. Did he believe me? Or was he confused by my face twisted with rage?
Воевал, говоришь?
A vet, you say?
Мой батя
My
тоже
dad also fought in the war.
в Афгане.
An Afghan.
А твой?
And yours?
И мой.
Mine too.
Да, и в
Oh,
каких
really?
войсках,
What force did he
интересно?
serve in? I stumbled. Fear chomped at my rage's throat and made it bleed.
Да он
He's full of shit, Romka.
Бля, Будуна.
Sure as fuck, eh?
Думал, меня так просто развести?
Did you think I'm so easy to trick?
Я тебя
I could see through all your lies, little
насквозь
bitch.
вижу.
There's a nasty smile on his face now. This didn't bode well for me.
Ты сам
Well,
себе
you asked for
приговор
this.
подписал.
Хана.
You're fucked.
Во-во.
That's right.
Давай, Антош.
Pray that they find your dead body come spring, yeah?
Сидел бы ниже
If only you
травы,
stayed
был бы
silent,
цел.
wouldn't have lost a hair.
Но про Афган
I'm fucking around with
пиздец,
stuff
где
like
мой батя
Afghan,
школьник.
where my dad spent time under fire.
Интернациональный.
Our international duty
Как
fucking...
самого, блядь.
whatever that word is. Dashk-e Margo, a desert region in the southern province of Helmand in Nimroz in Afghanistan. Its name can be translated in English as Plain of Death. Very, very, very nice name. During the conflict in Afghanistan, the Soviet army destroyed countless drug caravans headed to Iran there.
Сёма, ушатал ты.
Yeah, this guy fucked up. Anton fucked up bad. Give him a good pounding, Siomona. The delinquents closed in on me again, and I ended up in front of Seaman. It's not Seaman. Simeon. Branches were swaying back and forth as if whispering something, giving me hope. I gritted my teeth, fighting the thought that I looked silly, and took the boxing stance I often saw in the movies.
Хера ты, Майк Тайсон.
What are you, fucking Mike Tyson? That's kind of funny. This is my first ever fight. I remember it for the rest of my life. If I don't kick the bucket, of course. Yeah. The edge of my vision, I noticed the darkness writhe again. As if someone was walking back and forth there. I sensed Roma's claws grab my backpack.
Манатки,
Give me your
Антошка.
shit, Antoshka.
Махаться мешает.
It'll get in the way. I was about to refuse, unwilling to cooperate with the bastard, but then he fisted a butterfly knife out of his pocket with one smooth motion, spun it as if showing off, and put the blade to my neck.
Слышь, Фрей, расслабься,
Hey,
а
easy,
то
buddy.
больно будет.
I can make this painless. I mean, can't. Fuck that all up. Hey, buddy, I can make it painful. Let a cloud of steam instead of words. Romka pulled with all his might, and my backpack ended up in his hands. Calm and relaxed. An insidious smile on his face, he looked into my backpack.
Ты от нас что-то
Are you
скрываешь,
hiding
да?
something from us? Some rat stole my school shoes.
Ща
Let me see if it was.
поглядим, может.
What's
Опа!
this? Romka gave me a dubious smile. Probably always drawings, right? So what do we have here? My text, notebook's phone, snow. He was holding my backpack in one hand and something weird in the other. It looked like a mask. Romka lifted it high, as if showing to someone else. To someone in the treetops in the twilight among the trees. An old bunny mask. Long, worn out ears, barely visible nose and whiskers, mangy fur on the sides. Where did it come from? Who put it in there? Simeon laughed.
Новый год уже прошел,
Way past New Year's, moron.
Или ты реально поехавший?
Are you really a loony?
Это не мое!
It's not mine. How come it's not? It was in your backpack. Romka was watching a scene unfold with an evil smile on his face.
А знаешь что?
You know what?
Надевай.
Put it on.
Зачем?
Why?
Надевай,
Because I'm
говорю.
telling you to.
Попрыгаешь.
You hop like a bunny for us.
Давай, давай!
Yeah, come on.
Или без штанов
Or we'll be
домой
paintless,
пойдем.
yeah? Anything but this. What if someone from our class would pass by? For example, Paulina.
Нет!
No.
Сёма,
Sioma.
надень-ка на него.
Sioma. Put it on him. A fucking dude making goat now. He's making goat sounds. Biasha rushed up to his friend's side and took the worn out mask from him with a buffoonish bow. Then he passed it to Simeon, who was already rubbing his hands in anticipation. Looked around the pine woods, as if waiting for help, as if the shadows that writhed around us would take pity on me and take my side. Branches looked like arms, twisting at unusual angles. Blackened bark was their charred skin, and the darkness was the smoke they produced. I can't run. Won't get away. They'll catch me. And then,
Вот,
here.
это чтобы маска хорошо налезла.
It'll fit better this way. What the fuck to do with it? Oh, he's... okay. He rolled a huge ball of spit in the inside of the plastic bunny face and put it close to mine. His spit looked like it was a squash spider. Romka's face is twisted. He spasmed like a beast. Like he wanted to tell Simeon something, but then he suddenly stopped. Simeon was still close by with a disgusting smirk on his face and a terrible smell coming from his mouth.
Надевай, баран!
Put it on, fast, or you're dead. They are rolling their R's. I just heard it. They are rolling their R's. The mask almost looked even more disgusting now, yet despite everything. I felt like it was a chance for salvation. Oh, yeah, I'm still your Pidgey. That was fast, bro. That was fast. Unless I've been reading for 20 minutes. It could become my second skin, if only I was to put it on. If only my face was to touch its bumpy surface, I'm sure the fur would glitter. The ears would tremble like they're alive. Left guy funny? Left guy is funny looking. I just need to put it on, and Simeon and his friends will be gone. Forever. Is that my only option? Can I wait here and like not put it on? Yeah, no, he sounds stupid. I don't want to put it on. There's no way it's forcing me to put it on, right? Am I gonna turn into a rabbit? Start bouncing everywhere? I think I gotta put it on. I was hoping if I like stayed here and bring up another option, but I mean, what am I to do? They have a pocket knife. They have a butterfly knife. Okay. I reached out. My hand wasn't shaking anymore. Simeon handed me the mask and let out an evil laugh. The fur felt warm to the touch, just like I expected. Putin! What about Putin? What are we talking about, Putin? I got goosebumps. Electricity flowed through my spine.
Вот оно,
This is it.
мое спасение.
My salvation. A voice whispered to me from the well of my subconscious. Just put it on and nobody will hurt you. The force froze, gazing at me with cracks in the bark. I acted slowly. Took off my glasses. Got rid of the nasty spit in the paper mache. There was movement inside of the bunny's face. As if something was trying to break out. And it needed my help. I needed help to do it. I lifted up the mask and started moving it towards my flaming cheeks. Just like in the movie with Jim Carrey. There are so many references, bro. There are so many references in this. We just got done comparing me and Mike Tyson. This mask had power. This mask had strength. Carton touched my skin. It enveloped my skull, my nose. Took the shape of my face. It smelled like an animal lair in pine. My lips touched some sort of hard, wavy material. My armor. Strangely enough, through the slits of the old carnival mask, I was able to see as good as through my glasses. A trio of boys frozen in the clearing. Snowflakes frozen in the air. The trees, whose shadows formed black streams towards me. And a weird silhouette in the early twilight behind the windfall. And all that silence, Simeon's nervously whispered, "Hey guys, what's up with him?" I broadened my shoulders. My muscles felt like they were made of steel. Invisible plumes of fog flew towards me, breaking off the trees. I was absorbing the force power with every pore of my body. I smiled into the mask. No, I showed teeth. My fists were itching. My stomach was growling.
Он превращается.
He's turning. You asked for this. I made a step forward. Simeon carefully stepped towards me, as if he was walking on thin ice. A trail from my dreams snaked in front of me again. Endless, alluring. It was beckoning me away from all my problems to the new wonderful world, the world of Magic Neverland. I pulled on the zipper, opened my coat, and threw it into the snow in a fast motion. It growled. Yeah, I would be fucking scared too. What? Why is this little kid growling? I felt like something was frantically looking for an exit underneath my skin. I went towards Simeon.
Он
He's turning.
Твою
Fuck.
мать.
Turning.
Конченого
Turning into a fucking retard. Okay. they got me. They got me. I mean, he is kind of growling. He has a bunny mask on and he's growling. The clearing blew up in a hysterical laughter. Biasha was clutching his stomach. Roma smirked, shaking his head. And Simeon, who was laughing the most out of the three, spat on the knuckle and waved his fist like a club. You're such a moron, Tosha. Fist collided with my mask. The fur didn't dampen the blow at all. There was no power. No magic smoke coming from the pines. I flew toward the bushes and landed on my butt. My vision, bolstered by adrenaline a moment before, returned to normal.
Вот это был номер.
Now that was something.
Думал, он на
I thought he'd get on all
четвереньках
fours and tear us to
станет
bits.
как морковку.
Like a carrot.
Не, ну вы видели нас?
This guy? Yeah, what? Did you see that, eh?
Видели?
Did ya? That's the guy on the left, isn't it? He does sound like a fucking idiot.
Считается, что он попрыгал.
Does this count as him hopping?
Это даже лучше.
This was even better. I sobbed. Mask had one advantage. If I cried now, nobody would see my tears.
Ну, дурик.
What a loony.
Да тебя
You
всех
belong in a
больниц-
loony house.
всех больниц
For animals, eh?
переводят.
Simeon put his knee into the snow pile and ripped the glasses out of my numbed fingers.
Дай очки.
Give me my glasses back.
Я домой не
I
дойду.
won't make it home.
Чё ж,
Bullshit.
знаешь,
Haven't you heard that bunnies have good sense of smell? So don't worry, just use it. Hippity hop, hippity hop. Simeon shoved the trophy into his pocket and flashed me a toothy grin. Besides, bunnies don't wear
А
glasses.
теперь вали отсюда, даун.
Now scream. Or scram. Now scram, retard. We call such fools Gopnik. What, do you know what that translates to? And what are you talking about? Biasha legend. I stood up still wobbly. Trees became a blurry dark wall. 3 bright silhouettes were wobbling around me. There were black spots on them. Their eye sockets and mouth. But it looked like there were more of them than it should be. Turned to the forest. Simeon's boot came to my rescue, kicking me in the butt and quickening my shameful retreat. Do I have translate word Gopnik? Okay, so it's just a word for idiots. Hippity hop, hippity hop. I threw the mask in the ravine out of spite. You were hoping for a miracle. Masquerade. And then zigzagged through the fire break, alone in the giant snow-laden world. The trunks around me bent in all directions. The treetops disappeared into the darkness above me. The sky was pushing me down. I wanted to cry, but my eyes were completely dry by now. Only sadness and longing were left. A desire to bury myself under the snow, or leave for the Neverland, joining Vova and Sinya. I didn't care where to go, just somewhere far away from here. Somewhere very far away. You made it home. relatively easy. Oh, he just got beat the fuck out of, right?
Антон, а где очки?
Like, that was a rough day. That was a rough day of school for him, bro. It's like bandits, but small and stupid. They'll beat you up, take away your expensive things, or take your phone away. Oh, yeah. The little fucking crooks. Popular in the 90s and the early 2000s. Hey, what's this? Where are your glasses, Anton? Did you lose them?
Да, ну, мам,
I...
И как можно быть таким
How can you be so
рассеянным?
careless? Do you think
Ты
I
думаешь, я деньги
own a
печатаю?
money printing
Как
press?
же?
Yeah,
Будешь до
right.
следующего
You'll be
года в
wearing your
старых
old glasses
очках
some
ходить.
next year. Oli rushed to me.
А я лису видела.
I saw a fox! Surprise akin to the shotgun blast. A shotgun blast. I could only flap my lips in reply. The cup shattered into many pieces with a loud bang. My mom let it fall from her hands. Her face was pale and her eyes were glued to the ground. This pause, just for a split second, felt like an eternity. Then my mom spoke with disappointment. First, it was an owl. Now it's a fox? Will you ever get tired of this?
Правда, правда.
But it's true.
Такая
She was so
пушистая.
fluffy.
Она у забора
She stood on the
стояла
back
на
legs near the
заднем
hedge, just like a
плане.
person.
Всем так человек. Она меня позвала.
The fox called my name.
Мама вышла.
Then mom came and she
Лиса
fled.
убежала.
There was no fox. Stop making things up.
не подходи к ней.
Don't go near her. It was necessary. I was ready to shake my sister as if she was a doll made of cloth.
Ты чего,
What's
Тош?
wrong, Tosha?
Не подходи, слышишь?
Don't go. You hear me? Mom entered the hallway and gave me a surprised look. I hesitated.
Ну, лиса ведь укусить
Well, a
может.
fox will bite you. Remember in fairy tales where foxes used to kidnap children? I imagined Elisa. Liberated, yeah, carnivorous. Running through the night forest with a dangling sack in her hand.
Это ж была не настоящая лиса.
It wasn't a real fox.
Расскажи ему, Оль.
Tell him, Olya.
Она на двух ногах
She stood on
ходила.
2 legs and wore a
Ещё была
dress.
в Только она была
She was
вся
real.
правда.
Видишь?
See? Mom showed us a tired smile, as if it was the only explanation needed. I also forced myself to smile. My smile was like a thin piece of soap. Right there, it dissolved completely on your palm. But then I was left alone with my sister. I whispered,
Еще раз увидишь
if you see her again, run. Yeah, it's gotta be the wolf you're into, right? A little fox. We're gonna be, hey, we're gonna be close to ending Act 2, or like Night 2. We're at this episode 2, right? I shut my eyes and threw the vitamins in my mouth, washed them down with water. Please, stop driving me mad, please. I was doing my homework on a Friday evening, like usual. I had already finished the hard part. There's only my art homework left, my favorite subject. I needed to draw some sort of magic beast. I wanted to draw a dino at first, but my brush reached towards the orange paint all by itself. One stroke after another, the picture of a fox slowly started forming on a piece of paper. She was almost popping out of the snow white sheet. She was almost popping out of the snow white sheet, yeah. She stood on her back legs and wore a sly smile. My brush moved again, drawing a fluffy tail. A moment later, it dropped out of my weak hand. After I finished my drawing, I spent a while studying it in surprise, as if I couldn't understand where this red beast came from. The longer I looked, the scarier her smile felt. Carnivorous. Fake. Like the smiles of a woman from an adult magazine that were sold in press kiosk back in the city. An alluring smile that masked deep-seated malice. The fox's eyes turned out red, as if bloodshot. They looked more like bullet holes you see in action movies. I don't remember drawing them this way. I moved away from the table and the lamp's light reflected from the wet paint. The drawing was glossy. It felt like the fox was watching me. Waiting.
Антон! Ты что, оглох?
Why is bro screaming at me? Wait, I gotta get my dad voice on. Are you deaf?
Я
I
задумался.
was just thinking.
Тебя спрашивают.
I'll
ты
ask you
сестру не
again, have
видел?
you seen your sister? She's
Опять
hiding
она
somewhere
где-то
again.
прячет.
Something moved under my bed and I froze. Olia's dirty face peeked out with a finger pressed to her lip. Shh.
Оля, я
Oh
тебя
my
вижу.
Olia, I can see you.
Вылезай, ты же
Get out of there,
полиция.
you're covered in dust. Olia crawled from under the bed and started dusting off her stockings, looking down.
Пойдем, Оль.
Let's go.
Я тебе сказку
Or you
почитаю.
fairy tale.
Посижу с тобой.
Keep her
пока
company
не
so you fall
уснешь.
asleep.
Я с вами
Want to sleep with you,
хочу.
not in that room. It's... Mom entered the room.
Что, опять сова?
What? The owl again?
А кто ж еще?
And what do you think?
Оль, она не
Olya,
придет больше.
well, it won't come anymore.
Я ее
I
прогнал.
chased it away. Olya shook her head in defiance.
Прогнал.
You didn't.
Она придет.
And it will come.
Она сказала, что будет
Said that it'll come every night.
О, так она у тебя
Oh,
говорящая?
it talks now. Olya ignored the question and then asked with newfound determination.
Можно я с вами
Can I sleep with you?
Можно.
Please?
Самый
This will be the last time.
Ты же говорила, что
Didn't you say
последний
that
раз
yesterday?
был
Oh, wait, this is a
вчера.
woman. Didn't you say that yesterday? Didn't you say that yesterday was the last time?
Ольга, ты уже большая
Oh, yeah,
девочка.
you're a big girl
А
now.
пусть у меня ложится.
Why don't you let her sleep in my room? Thought it was a great idea, but Olya shook her head again.
Нет, у тебя
No,
не хочу.
I don't want your
Она
room.
на
It
тебя
watches you too.
смотрит.
Felt goosebumps all over my body.
Хватит.
Enough.
Нет никакой
There's
совы.
no owl.
Ты сегодня спишь
You're
у
sleeping
себя,
in your
ясно?
own room tonight. Got it?
Ну, пожалуйста,
Mom, please. Please. Mom took Olya's hand and tried to lead her out of my room.
Пойдем, милая.
Let's go, sweetie. Don't bother your brother. Olya clutched the bed's head with a free hand.
пожалуйста.
Please, please, please.
Не хочу к ней.
She's freaking the fuck out, bro. Mom was tugging Olya towards her, but she didn't budge. Only the bed's head squeaked in agony. Dad intervened by picking Olya up and carrying her out of the room, despite her desperate protests and pleas. I forgot to come back. Look at this clown, Pidgey. Look at this clown, Pidgey. Look who decided to BRB. Look who finally actually put, you know, be right back. Look who came with the back part, you know. No, don't take me to it. It's going to watch me again. I've listened to them struggling to make my little sister go to bed for a while. Haha. You're good, Mandor. In the end, my parents gave up and let Olya sleep with them. But I wasn't surely it was the last time ever. When everybody settled down, I was lying in my room, thinking about Olya's words. Watching you too. I felt uncomfortable. Barely managed to calm down, only after closing the curtains of my room shut. But as soon as I closed my eyes, memories of my day started jumping around in front of me. Gotta check my food and Solaris. Look, it's only been 3 hours. Man, I only streamed. Listen, I'm actually like 23 minutes past my curfew. I'm trying to finish this act. I think I'm really close. And Stellaris will do that. Any like strategy game like that will fucking do that shit, bro. I was in the middle of stuffy. Oh wait, I was in the middle of a stuffy school corridor. I could see the literature classroom from here. The faces of dead classical writers in the portraits and prim and regal pose of our Homer teacher, Lilia Pavlovna. And around the corner was her daughter, Katya, a snitch and a gossip, eagerly waiting for me.
Эй, новенький.
Hey, transfer student. Transfer student.
Чего тебе,
What do you
Катя?
want, Katya? She got on her tiptoes and started swaying, while hiding her hands behind her back, and she asked with a fake smile on her face,
А,
Can I ask you something?
скажи, пожалуйста,
Why did you get transferred here?
чего это тебя к нам перевели? А?
Might have told the truth about this to Polina. Katya will sell it on the market for 3 kopikas? I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's like a food item. I don't know what the fuck. That's currency. There's no shot that's currency. It would be the same as printing all my thoughts and hanging them near Volva's picture for everyone to see. So I reverted to an answer I knew by heart.
Это все из-за моих родителей.
It's all because of my parents.
У папы тут
Dad
новая
has a new job
работа,
here, and my
а
mom.
мама-
My mom. But Katya didn't even listen to me, just rushed towards the perking up ears of her friends, whispering something while stealing glances at me and giggling.
Да-да.
Yeah,
Вань,
right.
у нас тут
He takes it
совсем
all for
дурак.
fools.
Я вот слыхала, что
I've heard it's all
это
because of his
его
father.
отца. Он недавно
He
кому-то
crossed the road in
крутому
some
дорогу
big shot, and
перешел.
now their family's
И
hiding in a
теперь они
remote
все
little
зависимы.
village.
Неправда.
It's not
Ты
true,
всё
you're
врёшь.
lying.
А слышали? Слышали, как ему
Did you-
Папурин всыпал?
Time flies in Stellaris. Do you know this game, UK? No, I've only heard of it when you brought it up on the previous stream. Okay, wait, Pidgey. You love atmosphere? Astronomics? Like. Oh, I know it's Stellaris. Wait, Pidgey. Do you know if I'm close to the end of this act? By, like, any guess, do you know if I'm close? 'Cause I'm trying to finish it, but I don't know how much more I got. And did you hear how Babaroon beat him up?
А этот лишь ручки опустил.
You girl voice.
Глазенки
This ain't a girl, this is a little fucking demon. It's a little demon hidden in a girl's body. That's not a girl. I would not give it a girl voice because it's a fucking demon. All he could do was look all pathetic and take it.
Прекрати!
Stop
Ты
it.
знаешь, он не
You know he
один
wasn't
был.
alone.
И будто этого мало.
If it wasn't enough,
Ходят
there are
слухи,
rumors that this weirdo
что
carries a
этот
bunny mask
чудо
with him wherever he goes.
повсюду.
Who in the right
Девочки,
mind
ну
would do
кто же
something
в
like that,
своем
huh?
уме будет
Girls?
такой- Ясно,
I see, I see.
со странностями
Ariane
даже
Tosh.
кошка.
Antashk must be truly special.
Может, слабоумный,
Maybe he's an
а может,
autist? What is like autistic?
и маньяк,
He's a serial killer.
если в его
I'm sure you'll be able to find an axe in his backpack if you look hard
Давай
enough.
топор отыскать
Or something
можно.
even worse.
Да-да-да.
Yes, yes, yes.
Замолчи!
Shut up.
Заткнись!
Superdor. Look at him
Вот
scream.
раскричался
as if
там,
something bit
будто
him.
ужалит. А зрачки-то,
His pupils,
зрачки
look at how
такие
wide they
живые.
are.
Опять чего
Oh,
доброго
people won't go
скажут,
insane or resort to
светите
violence
руки
again.
распускать не зря же его
I mean,
мать
there must be a
таблетки
reason his mom
прописала.
always feeds him those pills, right? I just stood there in confusion, trying in vain to understand how she found out all about my medicine. And what scared me even more was the possibility that her nonsense has some truth mixed in.
Да-да,
Yes, that's right.
он такой
He's
же
insane
ненормальный,
as his little
как и
sister.
его сестрица.
Think 10 to 20 minutes. 11. Joking, I have hidden books. Poking. Like I forgot for medieval / Chinese. I've got friends that are playing Solaris at the moment, so I'm trying to learn how to play. Good luck, Mandor. That game's confusing as all fuck.
Представляете,
Can you imagine
как
that
ты сумасшедший
she says a
дочь
human-sized owl
каждую
visits her
ночь
every night?
появляется?
Yes,
Да,
yes, yes.
только что-то её никто
Not a
не
single healthy person has seen it.
А этот
And this simpleton believes her. Can you imagine that? And then I caught a single kind look from her smirking crowd.
Как же так, Антон?
Luna. How can it be, Anton?
Неужели
Are you
действительно
really?
тебе
you
не
unwell?
здоровится? Полина, послушай меня.
Please listen to me.
Как же?
Yeah, right.
Не слушай
Don't
этого
listen to this
болтуна,
liar.
Полиночка.
Paulinchka. Why do they add extra, like,
Ничтожество даже
words at the
постоять за
end?
себя не может.
is that out of, like, familiarity? Like, they're friends? Black Hole King? Mandor is the king of black holes. Hawking? Wait, Stephen Hawking? The wheelchair guy?
А при случае,
And he won't be able to
за тебя не
defend you if he comes down to it.
бросит,
He'll run
думает,
away to
как
protect his own
кто-то
skin.
слаб.
Weak link. Pulling a slouch as if someone kicked her in the stomach and then burst out in tears and fell to the dirty floor, wailing and screaming. No. No. Why, Anton? Why? I can understand her reaction, but I still rushed to Polina's side before getting shoved violently by Katya.
Убери
Get your
от неё
paws
свои
off her,
лапы,
you monster!
чудовище!
Rage was building up under the veil of my fear. It slowly arose from the cloudy mist. I felt my upper lip lift. I felt my upper lip lift creep up. I felt my upper lip creep up, showing my teeth.
То, что твой отец бьет мать,
The fact that your
никто
father
не дает
beats your
тебе
mother
права
doesn't give you the right to do the
поднимать
same to
руку на
girls. My fists became hammers. I couldn't unclench them. Nobody could speak about my family like that. I came to my senses when I already lunged at angry Katya.
Слетел-таки! Слетел!
He went nuts, nuts. He drove, went completely insane. At the same moment, the crowd around her became louder. It started whistling, roaring, and growing. The subtle silhouette of my schoolmates became larger, wider. They shot upward towards the ceiling, turned into a giant black forest, clock full of toothy faces, chock full. Okay, yeah. I shrank to a tiny ball of fur and started shaking in fear before the night of ulcer-ridden trunks that belonged to either trees or humans. It was impossible to tell.
Вот ты и показал
you've finally
свое
shown your animal
животное,
nature.
трус!
Coward. Katya's face was twisted with jubilation and ecstasy. And son. Oh, that's the other one. That's the little baby one. Why? No. Why did you do this to me? Polina screamed while choking on her tears.
Он!
He's just an animal, an outsider. Scary flapping of wings came from the forest. A pair of giant white ears descended somewhere from above, and I dug myself deep into them.
Пожалуйста!
Please, Oh yeah. Wake up. Yeah, we're having a nightmare. I mean, obviously. I jumped up, almost falling out of bed. Apparently, I was thrashing around for hours on the sweat-stoked sheets. Olia's scream pulled me out, set me free from the tentacles of fear. Please, wake up, wake up. I took my eyes to a while to focus on the silhouette near the window. Olia's voice was distant. My head still ringing after the fight. Sounds got distorted, as if my ears were stuffed with cotton. My sister, as distressed as ever, she kept on repeating the same phrase. The owl, the owl. Please, I'm scared. Her tears poured on my heart like boiling water, but I was almost thankful for the owl's appearance. Otherwise, the scared Olia wouldn't have woken me up.
Оля, я сейчас.
Wait a second, Olia.
Хочешь, я тебе
Want me to read
почитаю?
Berzilka for you? Soviet and Russian monthly illustrated magazine for kids? Okay, I'll let you know. Is this game just a trauma simulator? Yes, Mandor. What I'm getting from this so far, the kid, heavily anxious, abusive household, right? Obviously the mother and the parents fight. And the children are both scared of the forest. Nobody kind of like soothes them. They think they're all stupid. So it just feeds like into his fears. He gets bullied at school. So yes, it's just, I'm playing as a child in mental anguish. Let me read these. Always watched videos about space, but I've never done too much reading on it. Try your, it's good books and they're written in clear language. It's pleasantly surprising that a simplified system of social security describes so clearly there. What? Were you reading 4 hours? I think you need to chill 4 hours. It's like 400 pages for me. I read 100 pages in 1 hour. Such a slow reader, lol. I only read fantasy stories, demonic stories, and ancient histories.
Подожди.
Give me. I placed my bare heels on the cold. Oh, this is the wait. I placed my bare heels on the cold floor. Felt around for my glasses, remembering Simeon had his underhanded act inside. It's on. Please, please, look. She couldn't tear her eyes off the window, as it was a staring contest. I found the light switch with my hand. The lamp poured bright lights all over me. I got up. My vision fooled me, moving the window closer only to push it further the next moment. My sister was just a blurry spot. Took a hesitant step forward.
Оль,
Oh yeah.
что там?
What's there?
Что-то случилось?
What happened?
Ты хочешь, чтобы я открыл?
Do you want me to open the curtains? Please don't. The owl is there. Voice is coming from behind. Turned around and froze from terror. Teary-eyed Ola stood in the doorway. Who? Who are you talking to right now? She stared at me with eyes that were red from crying, with her hands wrapped around her shoulders. Her voice was nervous, as if she was afraid to hear my answer.
Я разговаривал с тобой.
I was talking to you.
С тем, кто
To someone who
притворился
pretended to be you. The ledge outside my window creaked ominously, as if something huge was sitting on top of it. The thing that pretended to be Olia started spreading, changing shape, rode to scary heights under the light of the carnivorous moon. Please, closer, come here. It's like an anglerfish. The voice didn't belong to my sister anymore. That thing was hiding behind my curtain. The thing that was hiding behind my curtain got tired of pretending, making me look like a fool. I pinched myself as hard as I could, hoping that the silhouette near the window was just a continuation of my nightmare, hallucination, brought upon by my cursed house. And those don't bite, do they? The silhouette was towering before me under the veil of mist. I heard Olia's shrill scream when someone had knocked at the window. They came to get us! Another knock. I sat back in the middle of the room, as if there existed nooks where I could hide from this horror. The sound was sharp, metallic. The lamp started shimmering, then it suddenly lit up the whole room and went out, like a candle in a strong wind. The filament inside it snapped like with a ringing sound. The darkness that was waiting for an exact moment poured from all angles and enveloped us. There was only this window left in the whole universe. Moonlight poured through it, painting everything the color of bones that were exhumed from a crypt. Olia started squealing and pressed herself into my back, seeking protection. Then an eye, burning with a they use that word a lot. Carnivorous fire. stared at us from the window. No, it wasn't trying to break the window. It was toying with us. It just kept on knocking, driving us mad. As if a giant clock was measuring the time left for us, its pendulum swinging above the abyss. Go away, get out, shoo! She was screaming in desperation, her hands clutching my arms like a pair of pincers. I could really make out a pair of wings that spread out above the black spot.
Скажи ей, Антон,
Tell her, Anton.
скажи, что я больше
Tell
не
her
буду себя
I won't be a
плохо
bad
вести.
girl anymore.
Никогда.
Never ever.
Только пусть она
I just wanted to leave. Please. The moonlight suddenly disappeared and the room descended into darkness. We couldn't see the burning eye anymore. I swallowed this stingy lump that was stuck in my throat. I stepped toward the curtain, entranced by the call of the disfigured guest.
Не буду, не буду.
Ollie was standing behind me mumbling, I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good. The bleak window was creeping closer. Curtains rustled. I reached out to move them aside so I could look at my fear in the eye. At that moment, I heard noise coming from our parents' bedroom. Without thinking, I pulled the curtain to the side in one swing. Nothing. There. There was something shining on the ledge among the scattered feathers. My glasses. The ones that Simeon took from me. How did they get there? Was this a gift from the gurgling night? Did that owl really bring them here? I looked at the front yard, at the foreboding clearing, at the toothy forest. Not a soul, not a trance of our late night guest. Only the old lamppost, dreaming like a lone watchman among the snowy desert. The dry window frame creaked. I tore away the insulated tape and the stripes of glued newspapers. Filled with cotton and pieces of cloth. Okay, so there's makeshift sealing it. Opened the window with big trouble. Frost pinned me with its little needles. The paintings on my wall moved from the draft. I touched my glasses, sure they wouldn't melt in my hands. But they were real. My brain was scrambling for an explanation. Simeon and his gang just pulled a prank on me. That was it? That's it. A smooth white blanket was glittering under the street lamp just outside our yard. If anybody was to get close to our house, to climb the pipe to the ledge of my window, they would surely leave footprints. But there were none. I cautiously took my glasses, my wrist still intact. Nobody pulled me into the darkness, full of restless
Вы
withering.
почему не спите?
Why aren't you in bed? I swayed from surprise, almost fell out the window.
Совсем
Are you out
сдурели?
of your mind?
Жарко, что ли?
Did it feel hot in here?
Не болели давно?
Do you want to catch a cold?
Там сова
The owl was here.
Тоша ее
Oh shit, chase it away.
А ну-ка марш
Go to your
спать к
room
себе в
immediately
комнату.
and get in your bed.
А с тобой?
And you? Mom paused, directing her seething eyes at me. She was thinking of a punishment equivalent to my crime. In the end, she just waved her hand, took Olga by the shoulder and left, throwing glooming words my way.
Завтра поговорим.
We'll talk tomorrow. We're gonna bitch mom. We're gonna bitch mom, we're gonna bitch dad. Managed to get the frame back in place with a couple of hits. Pressed its latches with all the strength my fingers could muster. The cold left the room, but the fear was still present. I placed my glasses on my nose and started studying my reflection in the window. It didn't look like a face, more like a death mask. Just like the one worn by the boy from the notice board. That night, I was on the edge of joining him there. A black and white face was staring at me through the clearing between students' heads. It wasn't Vova. His face was right beside it. I recognized the fat cheeks, the damaged skin. Simeon. Bob Warren's photo was printed out and placed under the glass like an exhibition piece. There it is. Okay, so there is something out there, right? Because the kid wouldn't just randomly go out. Unless it's like an actual kidnapper and this is just feeding on his fears. But I mean, how would the glasses... I don't know. Either the kid is literally insane and imagining all of this, or I don't even know what to think of. So far. We're making good progress though. We're already in episode 3. I'm gonna read y'all's chat. That was a lot of reading. I think I did okay. I mean, I was just like reading and non-stop yapping for almost 4 hours. Let's see. I own some Bible fan fiction. Bible fan fiction, Mander. What is Bible fan fiction? I only read novels and less complex stuff quickly, but I have to delve into philosophy or Dostoevsky. Bible fan fiction. That's what I thought. Sounds really spooky and scary. I own some of Isaac Asimov too. It's legend. Try Polish futurologists. It's called The Divine Comedy. Hey, I know what The Divine Comedy is. It describes the story of Dante exploring this. Yeah, wait. Mandor. Wait, okay, wait. Oh, we've already talked about Windigoon. The only reason I know The Divine Comedy is from Windigoon's videos. Those books are interesting. Okay, I wonder if this game saves. I wonder if it like auto saves. It doesn't, okay. There we go. We're at the first panel. Let me make sure it did save. Okay, we're saved. I love mythology. Dude, mythology is so lit. I honestly, like, listen, I would be more interested, like, I can't take myself to read the Bible, but I think even some of the, like, Bible stories are very interesting. Like, that's what Windigoon made some more videos on, like, Bible stories that I was definitely intrigued in. Like, in all seriousness, they have, like, an action Bible, like a comic. It's like a comic book of the Bible. And I think that's, like, damn near the only way they'd get me to read the Bible. Gods and demons, stuff like that. I fuck with Bible stories. That's what I'm saying, yeah. But dude, the Bible's so hard to read itself. It is so incredibly. I've tried to read it before. It's so fucking hard to read. But yeah, I mean, I love shit like that as well. Because I mean, yeah, Windigoon, he covers a lot of that shit, Mandor. Like even like the creatures and shit. I don't know what the fuck they're classified as. I mean, he's named after the Windigoon. No, it's a Wendigo, not Windigoon. What the fuck is that? Shrodrek? I don't even know how to pronounce those. That's, oh yeah, fuck that. I don't know anything about that, bro. I don't know anything about that. Grease, do you like? Hey, Pidgey, are you in the Discord? Listen, if you wanna talk to UK man, I gotta head off here. If you wanna join my Discord, I can send a link. Tell me if you want to. Actually, I'm gonna go and send it just in case you want to. There is my Discord, right? My Discord. I think it went. Listen, we have a general chat. You could yap about whatever. Like you and Mandor can yap about anything, okay? I've got to head out. I stayed up like 44 minutes past my time. I was really trying to do like get fucking through that act. Like the old Pantheons. I delete. Wait, you delete what? Discord? Oh, damn, Pidgey. I don't have you on anything either, Pidgey. Pidgey, keep a tab open. Keep a tab, because I've really got to get off. Yeah, I've really got to get off here, Pidgey. Keep a tab open. I'm going to resend it. You keep a tab open and you can join off of it. If not, listen, I'll be live tomorrow. Because I don't have you on anything else, Pidgey, so I can't send you the link itself. I don't even, yeah, because if you could like private DM on like Twitch, that'd be fine. I say hello, I'm... Okay, Pidgey. I'm gonna keep my chat open on my phone, okay? While I'm getting ready for my shower and getting ready for like bed. If this link disappears at all, just type in chat, and I'm still gonna be here. Like I'm gonna turn off screen off, but I'm gonna still be there, and I can send you the link. Let's send it one more time. But hey, Mandor, everybody, Pidgey, y'all have a good night. You boys gotta hustle his ass in the shower, hustle his ass to go to bed. Schumer forces chatter to download and join his Discord server. Well, y'all, I love y'all like interacting, right? Y'all are yapping at each other. But I gotta go to sleep, bro. I gotta go to sleep. Like I said, I stayed up 46 extra minutes. But yeah, hey. I'll catch y'all later, bro. You have a good night. Your boy is signing off. Goodbye. Good night, everybody.